This is an honest question, I would say. Very honest question. Can Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus ever cooperate for security in the region? We're kind of cooperating today. It was actually quite interesting to see that Turkey shot out a missile that was aimed for Greece. So I found that very, very cool. Yeah, cool. Let's let the live go out. If you are here, let me know you can hear me because I've been having a few issues lately with TikTok. But let's see. Let's see if it works out this time. This is the question. Can Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus ever cooperate for security in the region? Not sure what the Greeks think of what happened today with Turkey, aka NATO, shooting out a missile in the sky. That was apparently aimed for Greece. Obviously, I've got my doubts. I believe that may not have been aimed for Crete. It could have been aimed for Cyprus. So thankfully, Turkey decided to shoot it out the sky. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if we can build on that relationship and actually work together with Turkey. Greece is already working with Turkey, so I don't see why we shouldn't be. And then we could actually have complete security in the region. So that's the question. I'll let it go out. If you are here, let me know if you can hear me or not, because I have got some mic problems. So Alp 888. Let me just go back up, mate. Don't know where your message is gone. If Greece stops dealing with America and France, we will be happy. I don't think Greece will ever stop dealing with America, Alp. I don't think anyone has the option or the choice not to deal with America. It is what it is, unless there's anyone brave enough to take on America and take them out, which is impossible. Then yes, we do have to cooperate with America. That's just the law of the land, man. Let's see. I'm guessing you can hear me then. I don't know, man. How do the Greek Cypriots feel? How do the Greek Cypriots feel about this? Turkey shooting out a missile, which I believe was aimed for Cyprus. Do we want Turkey to help us with security? Are we willing to do some sort of negotiation or deal? Cyprus migration. We don't trust Turkey in security. Interesting, but why do you not trust Turkey in security? Are you talking about 1974? That was 52 years ago. Do you reckon that they may have gained or worked on a bit of trust since then? Rula is saying that the Cypriots are in panic. Really? What's happening? I did see your message the other day, Rula, but I think I might have forgotten to respond. How is it going in Cyprus? What are you guys panicking about? You've got nothing to worry about. Does any Cypriot believe that missile that came today, that was shot by Turkey, does anyone believe that may have been aimed for Cyprus, not Crete? I know that there might be some military bases in Crete, but not quite sure what Crete as an island has anything to do with actual situation right now. I see why Cyprus is involved because of the British bases, but I could be wrong, so correct me. Factual 9, we just need to stop allowing third parties from getting involved in our problems. Might be too late for that, man. Might be too late for that. Cyprus migration saying they are worse. They are worse? They are worse than... Oh, okay. So you think Turkey is worse than any other country in the region? Well, let's judge them by today, Cyprus migration. What has Turkey done today? I think they've been very... I think they've been very diplomatic in the way that they've approached Iran. I think that they've condemned when they were supposed to. They haven't really got involved, right? They triggered their NATO missile to actually stop it from harming the Greeks. I think that they've acted pretty well so far, man. Let's judge them by today, not by 1974. All right, let's forget the past. Let's see what Turkey is capable of today and if we can actually work with them. Stelagi, you're stuck in Africa. Well, I'm guessing South Africa, so it's not the worst place in the world there. Stelagi, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you're there. Nice to see different places around the world, I guess. Our airport's open. Yeah. From what I've seen, they're open. Just some countries are cancelling flights from the region onwards. I think at the moment, Cyprus is the last destination. I don't think there's flights to Lebanon and Israel, obviously. So there are flights to Cyprus, but I don't think you can go beyond that at the moment. But you don't need to, I guess. Yeah, so as I was saying, Greek Cypriots, if there's any in the room, Let's judge Turkey by today's actions. Have they been acting, have they been acting well in this war? I believe so. Cyprus Donkey, I'm alright. How are you doing, man? I'm asking the question, can Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus ever cooperate for security? We've cooperated with Israel. Are we willing to cooperate with Turkey?
Hello.
Hello, mate.
How's it going?
Doing good, man. You?
Yeah, not bad.
You safe there, yeah?
Yeah, I feel a lot safer now.
Why are you feeling safer? Our Turkish friends?
No, Turkey didn't do anything today.
They shot the missile out, no?
No, it wasn't Turkey. It
It
was
was
NATO
NATO.
forces. Yeah, exactly.
It was NATO from Turkey.
No, it's just, I think it's American.
Okay, with permission from Turkey, I'm guessing, or they just
No, they're
activated?
in the area. They're
Yeah.
patrolling everything, so they're shooting down everything that's going above them or
Does that
towards them.
does that give you an extra layer of safety? That,
Oh yeah, 100%. I told you so. I told
Yeah.
you the other day. I think it was a perfect opportunity for Turkey and Greece and Cyprus to work together.
Yeah, yeah, for the joint peace.
It's unofficial, but I guess it can work for now.
Let's see, man. What's going on? Any news over there?
No, not much, mate. There was an alarm today going off at midday again. The two F-16s went and shot down two drones, from what I've heard,
Okay.
coming towards Cyprus. But yeah, nothing much. Everyone's nice and safe. The two ships from Greece came. France is sending one. I think Germany is sending another one.
I saw a
Holland
video
is,
today on
yeah,
TikTok. It looked like the island is surrounded by ships.
Holland is also bringing a frigate as well. So I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, you think? You think that if we can stop those hypersonic missiles?
Well, those I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but let's hope
Yeah,
we do.
yeah.
Let's
Some of them.
hope we
Some of
do.
them. Yeah, let's at least take some of them out. Yeah.
Let's not even like think about that now.
Yeah. Let's not manifest it.
Exactly.
Let's stay safe, man. Let's stay safe. I don't know.
What's
Let's
been
see.
happening in the UK though with Keir Starmer and everything that's been going on here?
People are divided here. People are divided. Some people like Starmer. Some people don't like Starmer. A lot of people agree that we shouldn't get involved in a war, but come on, we are involved. If America's involved, the UK is involved. We come as a pack, Even if we don't like to think so, the world thinks so. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
There is no greater partnership than the UK and America.
there's no more. And to be honest, I really think that they did not work together on this thing.
Maybe not Starmer, but you need to remember UK like it is in
Oh, in the
Cyprus.
past, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's for a fact the UK has been sending planes over Palestine to spy for the Israelis. That's a fact. You
Yeah,
cannot even
since the
deny
beginning.
that.
No, you
can't
can't.
even deny that.
No.
For a fact, I've been watching the flight radar that you guys have been looking over.
Yeah.
There is planes going from Akrotiri to Israel. I don't know what they're dropping, but they're dropping something. Or they're
Aid,
putting
maybe.
something in there.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, they are cooperating, but they're just giving the gun to another person that does the deed, Doesn't mean you're not complicit in this.
No, not at all. Because even the engineering that we're seeing in the area, the British, I think British made, American made, I don't see the difference with them. I think they work together not only in research and development, but also actually implementing this tech. A lot of this spy stuff, a lot of the equipment that you see is actually British. British designed. So I don't know if there's a difference there. We can call it American, but we know the backbone is British. We like it or not.
100%. I mean, there's a lot of countries working together, but they just went way out of control, brother. Way out of control.
I know. Let's see what happens, man. What do you think's gonna happen now? How long do you think the war's gonna take? About a week?
No, a lot more. Mate, Iran is 90 million people.
I think it'll take 10 years, personally.
If they don't come to a negotiating table soon,
Yeah.
and I don't think Iran is gonna back down because they're literally fighting for their lives, let's say.
No, yeah.
Or if the people don't, let's say, uprise to the government, it's going to be going on for years.
What about the theory that this missile that was aimed to Greece wasn't sent from Iran? Maybe it was sent from Israel to bring NATO into this mix.
Or the missile today that's been shot down.
Yeah.
You don't know where it came from. They assume it came from Iran, but if
Israel needs everybody to back them, and so does America. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
and the only way Israel can do that is by tricking, probably. This is standard. What do you call it? Yeah, what do you call it, Cyprus?
Lebanese Hezbollah is throwing lots of drones and missiles from Lebanon.
And you're saying that Israel is not capable of making it look like it was Hezbollah, to bring in Cyprus, to bring in the UK, to bring in NATO. Is it possible? They're smart, man.
It's possible.
Let's not underestimate.
How do they call them? The special agents of Israel.
Mossad.
Oh,
Mossad.
Okay.
Mossad is capable of anything and going into any scenario to get an outcome that they want. They will dress themselves as Muslims and go into the mosque and pray for 5 hours, and after that, you know what they will do. I mean,
what outcome do they want?
Capable.
What outcome do they want?
What outcome? You know what outcome. Anyway, but what I want to say is, where is Turkey frigate and jets protecting Cyprus now? Nowhere. They took no stance.
What about NATO?
The only ones. What the NATO?
What about the rocket that was shot out the sky? It was a ballistic missile, by the way. So, ballistic missile shot down on the way to Greece.
Yes, the foreign minister on the way to Antarctica as well. It's,
on the way to the North Pole. On the way to the North Pole.
Yes,
with Father Christmas. We don't know where it's going.
On the way to France.
We don't know where it came from, and we don't know where it's going. Yeah,
Bravo. Yeah. So we cannot assume things that make no sense.
Okay.
So the announcement was from the Turkish Defense Ministry.
Okay.
The announcement. No NATO, no. They said there was a rocket coming towards us. We shot it down. Okay. Could be Iran trying to wake up Turkey, or I don't know. Maybe they were most likely, because they do this in Cyprus, they were targeting American interest targets of American interest in Turkey. In Cyprus, they target American interest targets in Cyprus, and that is the American embassy, the Akrotiri bases in Paphos. Yes, they don't target civilian infrastructure. So
we're talking about the Iranians.
Logic. The Iranians are not out of logic. They target specifically the Americans and the British. So towards Turkey, it wasn't for the civilians. Most likely it was going to go to an American military base in Turkey, which they have a couple of American military NATO bases.
Hello, everyone.
So, it's pretty clear.
Hello, Simon. How's it going, mate?
All right. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Today, a friend of mine in the United Nations told me that at 1 o'clock they got a message that they had reports that the U.S. embassy in Nicosia was being targeted, but nothing came out of it. I don't know whether it was shot down while it was coming here, but okay.
1 p.m.
Yeah, around.
Wasn't that around the same time that missile was shot down from Turkey?
Maybe. Cyprus migration. I was listening to you about half an hour ago in another live. I mean, I want to know why are the Turks all so upset about the fact that Europe has come in aid of the Cyprus Republic? It's understandable, is it not? I just couldn't figure it out. And they went on to a rant about Ottoman Empire and thing, and it just
Yes.
derailed the whole conversation into something totally different. Why do you
Yes.
think this
So
is the case?
I showed them when I show some facts and like real things, they don't like it. I don't understand why not. But the thing is, because Turkey now sees that when a single drone falls in Cyprus, even not in Cyprus soil, it was sovereign base area.
Basis, that's right.
Yes, every ally came within hours to protect Cyprus. The recognized Republic of Cyprus. The Turks that were on the live of Caucasian, they went furious.
Yes.
Almighty Turkey is protecting the Turkish Cypriots. Okay, but the Almighty Turkey also acted in a bad manner in 1974. Also today, the
Let's not
Almighty
even go
Turkey
there.
is not. Yes,
Let's
not
not
coming.
even
Yes,
let's not even go
the
there in 1974. I mean,
okay.
if
The
if
Almighty
people
Turkey today
It's
didn't
not
offer
the
to
same Turkey.
protect. Yes, the Almighty Turkey didn't offer or to protect the Republic of Cyprus.
Right.
They went silence. They
Do you
went
do you think
with
they don't
apathy.
need to, they don't need to announce that they're protecting it because they already in their minds are protecting it?
How? Where are they?
how
I don't. It's just a question. I don't think
They
they are
don't.
protecting the south, but they're on the island at the moment. Yeah, they've got
First of
100,000
all,
troops.
I know you are a bit biased because of your relation with Turkey, but reality is that
I'm a bit
Turkey
biased
is
towards logic and realism. That's my bias.
so.
That's my bias. Not my
Reality
religion.
is that Turkey is seeking neo-Ottomanism plan. It's there. We can see it. So they are not happy of Cyprus having all these allies around their island protecting the republic, the recognized Republic of Cyprus. This is the reality.
So you're saying little old Cyprus, yeah, is such a thorn in this massive country. Not only Turkey, also Greece, also UK. Do you really think they see us the way that we see us? Is that what we're thinking right now?
Maybe
Cyprus is
not.
precious. Is
It's precious to the
geopolitically
Brits.
precious.
To the Brits,
Not
yes. To the Americans, yes. To the Greeks, is it
not
precious?
to the Turks. Not
Well,
to the Turks. Not
how
to
far
the
is
Greeks.
Crete? How far is Crete from Cyprus?
It's not about
Close.
it's not about the strength of the country. It's about it's a legal how do I say, it's a legal thorn in their foot, you know.
In their side, yeah. Why? Because it restricts them, you mean, yeah?
It
Yeah,
restricts
embargoes
them
in the
everywhere.
European Union.
United Nations, everywhere. So until this problem is resolved, then I'm not saying what the country is limited. It's unlimited. Everyone can do whatever they want these days, from what you can see. But I'm saying, if you want to go by legality, yes, it's a thorn in their foot.
Listen, I'm trying not to be biased, guys. I'm trying to think of a country, as you said, rightfully, migration, mighty Turkey. Why does it really care about a small piece of land to the south of its fucking land? You know, I'm trying to understand this.
You know what this expansion is.
Okay, expand into Syria.
Expansion
Yeah,
is
massive piece of land. You see how big Syria is. It's a lot bigger than we think it is, right? It's huge. I think it's almost the size of Ukraine. And Ukraine's one of the biggest countries in the European region, right? Not the Union, the region. So I don't know. What is a small island gonna do? Tell me.
So expansionism in Cyprus is happening today. Why the two-state solution suddenly is being supported by Turkey? Huh? Why all this pushing for a two-state solution? And we have the Turkish Cypriot people. They are our... they are trying to erase the Cypriot identity of the Cypriots. The Armenian Cypriots, the Greek Cypriots, the Turkish Cypriots, the Latino Cypriots. This is the problem of Turkey. Every other ethnicity in Cyprus they cut the umbilical cord to their ethnic backgrounds, and they see themselves as Cypriots,
I don't
and
know, man. I don't know.
willingness for a
Did you not see?
unifications.
Do you
Wait,
not see Greece? Do you not see Greece?
willingness for a unification. They
Do you
cut
feel happy
Greece,
that
cut the umbilical.
Greece is lately starting to, show a lot of respect to Cyprus? I don't know if you noticed. They call us, of course, they always call us brothers, but when was the last time Greece sent a ship to protect us?
Yes, because they want us to be self-governing. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
That's a proper way. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The umbilical cord example, that the Turkish Cypriots, or at least by force, they are not let go. They have the umbilical cord
I would
connected
agree.
to Turkey.
I would agree with you, but if that was the case, why did Turkey not annex the country completely? Why are they wasting their time, their money?
They couldn't.
Legality.
They couldn't do it.
Legality.
They were
They could do it.
incapable of.
Take some
They couldn't
hits
do it.
and move on. No?
Sophomore,
Couldn't do it.
I think it
They found
comes down
resistance.
from the Treaty of the Lausanne. They can't even claim what was once, let's say, Ottoman lands anymore. They can't come and say, okay, I'm going to annex
I'll
the
be honest.
Republic of
I'll be
Cyprus
honest.
right now.
Do you have faith in international law right now, Loki?
No, I don't.
Even 5 years ago.
personally. No.
I think the political fallout of completely invading Cyprus would be too difficult to handle. They're already having, as Cyprus Migration saying, even Cyprus, with its country half occupied, is a thorn in their political life. Every single embassy and political action by the Foreign Ministry of Cyprus is geared and engineered to withhold the last thing that we have, which is the sovereignty, the legal sovereignty of our country, and to thwart any attempts to divide it. That is a thorn. Imagine now all of Cyprus being totally invaded by the Turkish army. Would they be able to deal with this politically? Would they be able to deal with the political fallout of this?
Who will give them the fallout? It depends, Simon. Because if they made a deal with America and Israel, and there would be no fallout, I guess. It depends, doesn't it? It depends, because as you can see, things are changing daily. If tomorrow, let's say, hypothetical, right, the United Nations or even Israel and America need Turkey to win this war with Iran, I'm sure there's going to be some deals made under the table, no?
There always is, isn't there?
Sofo,
Is that not worrying for your migration?
You know that Iran and Turkey are within a war who is going to appear as the dominant Muslim nation. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
They have a... Okay.
But I also know that there's not enough space for Israel and Turkey to run the region. There's only enough space for one of them.
Turkey is running the region in what? How?
They're not running the region yet.
Who are they controlling?
They want to. They want to, if I'm not mistaken.
This is right.
Yes.
This is like... this is
expansionism.
normal.
Yes.
This
like
is expansion. Yes. Why isn't Greece trying to get pieces of Turkey and invade Turkey? Because they are civil. They know they are members of the European Union. They have a bigger idea of cooperation. But Turkey is alone. That's why they want to expand. But they are surrounded by countries who have a civilized manner of not expanding into other ethnicities. So this is the problem with Turkey seeking neo-Ottomanism. And it's there. I'm not talking like silly things. It's there. But what can we do? We tolerate Turkey until they do the big mistake, and they will get the response. But you see, that's why I'm saying they are furious now. Within hours, we had 4 or 5 big countries rushing to protect the Republic of Cyprus. This makes them furious. It's reality.
And I'd like to add that, in one of the lies I was hearing that people were trying to portray Turkey as as a country that brings about peace and stability, and they probably look at Cyprus. The terminology bothers me.
What do you mean?
That we've got 50 years of peace here. We've got an abnormal situation, and they call it peace. And they gave the example of Nagorno-Karabakh, in which 120,000 people 2 years ago, were driven out of their 3,000-year-old ancestral lands. They call that a peaceful resolution of the situation, and things like this. Turkey is acting like a regional superpower. And it's not only Turkey. I mean, all regional powers act the way that Turkey does. I mean, it's not like just because we have Turkey in front of us. I mean, there are a lot of countries like Turkey that are acting like superpowers, regional powers, and this is what they do. Russia, I don't know. The Americans, I don't know. But to sugarcoat it and say that this is done in the name of peace and human rights and blah, 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 this is what I can't tolerate. I understand regional powers acting like regional powers, but I really don't understand when they sugarcoat it and they call it a peacekeeping operation or a peaceful resolution or actor of peace in the region. These things I can't understand.
Okay, Simon. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys.
Hello, Suad.
Hello,
Suad,
guys.
how are you?
Hello, Cyprus Donkey, man. I was shocked that Cyprus Migration just left. It's a little bit a mixed conversation that you all have in here. I mean, it's all different voices.
This is Suad.
For example, Simon, you've been saying that everybody acts and shows Turkey that they're a peacekeeper, and you said that you believe that Cyprus has been, I don't know, man, it's all mixed.
Which
thoughts.
part? Which part exactly?
Okay, you said that Turkey invade, yeah?
Yes.
1974. Cyprus Migration has been saying this for years and years. And Brother Sofuli has been saying, what has Turkey done since he's been in Cyprus? Number one, Turkey is a guarantor for all island, right? That's correct, yeah?
Suad, it's a guarantor of the Republic of Cyprus, not the actual island.
How do you know? Is a guarantor for
I've read
Cyprus.
the Treaty of Guarantees.
Yeah, but we shouldn't say Turkey invade, because we've been all this for almost 1.5, 2 years on these TikTok lives. Like I've been always saying, if Turkey didn't came, I would be dead. Which I'm not gonna go there and start Kabi Temete and
Sorry,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
not Alex. Suadmo, I understand. It's fine. We can all agree that the first wave was a must, and that's why it was hailed by most of the United Nations. The second phase of the war was an invasion. The constitutional government returned. That's why we say it's an invasion, because they're still holding on to the lands of the Republic of Cyprus. The guarantees, sorry for being so passionate about this, the guarantees,
No, man, it's all good. It's all good. Carry on. I'm listening to you with respect. Go on, brother.
me too. When you speak, I listen with respect as well. But the Treaty of Guarantees states that Turkey is a guarantor power for the Republic of Cyprus in order to protect the territorial integrity and the constitution of the Republic. What they've done, sorry, Suad, what they've done is the complete opposite.
Such as?
They're trying to create two different states. You're breaking down the Republic of Cyprus into two separate states, geographically ethnically, and that it does not. You're not going to return back to the actual state that you're supposed to be guaranteeing.
And actually, Cyprus Donkey, I like to call you by your name, but I don't like to call you Cyprus Donkey, man.
Just call me Donkey. I got it. Just say I got it.
Okay, as long as you got used to it and you're not get offended, my brother, I call you a brother, man. First of all, okay, Turkey, as far as I'm concerned, is a guarantor. Okay, for whole.
What? Sorry for cutting you off. A guarantor of what? The island of the Republic of Cyprus. We have to be very specific here.
Okay, so this is the question that I would like to ask you. Like I've been saying, I don't want to go back to 1964, 74 and everything
That's fine.
else.
That's not what we're talking about.
But if you believe that the Turkey wants two different states, why did Turkey allow Erdogan? Because I'm coming to the reality and what's happening right now instead of going back to 64, 74. I'm sure you can understand that, yeah? So you all know that Erdogan has been elected, and it was only a couple of weeks ago, 1 week ago, 10 days ago, I don't know. He was at my area. The man is talking about peace, and all he's saying is, you know, we should be open. I know I'm moving on forward, like coming to today, the reality that what's happening in Cyprus, instead of course, we have a shit going on top of our heads with the drones, with the God knows whatever they throwing us, and who knows who's throwing what. So the question is, if Turkey wanted two different states, how come Erdogan is our prime minister for 65, 68, percent of Cypriots elected him? Can you answer me that, Cyprus Donkey, brother?
I can, but it's a two-parter if you allow me.
No problem at all.
Turkey does want a two-state solution. That's why it was voted in the Turkish parliament. It's in there, and that's exactly what they're saying. Now,
Okay.
on the second part of the question about why did they allow Turkish Cypriots to vote for Erdogan, are they going to put a gun to their head, Suadmu?
No, brother, man.
It's in your best interest as well. They're not going to go in
Exactly. I'm not saying anything different, Cyprus Donkey. What I'm saying is, no one will put a gun on our heads, especially from Turkey.
But again, Suadmu, it's a double-edged sword, because in the last election when Tatar won, Turkey played a big role into his win.
I'm not disagreeing on that statement. I'm not disagreeing. I'm 100% agree. But let's come to now. Let's come to 2026, and I'm sure I did explain to you when everyone was here.
Yeah,
It's
the whole translation.
I know it took a little bit long, and still I can mention it now. All I'm trying to say, like you said, we haven't been put a gun on our head by Turkey or Erdogan's party, with respect. We used our rights and elected Erdogan, and Erdogan was talking about how is he going to solve the settlers, how is he going to, obviously open...
Oh, hold on a sec. Osman, I think I'm going to mute you for a sec. You've got a lot of background noise. Go on, Stuart, carry on.
Okay, I was hearing that, but I didn't understand where it was coming from. So obviously, let's come to the reality, and today that what we are doing and living in with, and what we are discussing here, it should not take us back and concentrate what we're doing now and what's happening in Cyprus.
I agree, but we can agree. I agree with you 100%. We have to look at tomorrow. We don't have to look at the past. But at the same time, you said about who the guarantor power is in Cyprus. But I just want to mention the fact that it's not the actual island that it's a guarantor of. Turkey is a guarantor of the Republic of Cyprus for both Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots.
And
their
that's what I'm
actions,
saying.
yes, their actions at the same time. I'm not saying the Greek Cypriots were not at fault. I just want to be clear. Their actions though, led to almost 200,000 people being ripped apart from their homes and pushed to the south in tents.
Same as Mirafilim.
I understand more.
Guys,
It's not-
let's see if Orestes can give us a bit of a different mindset, different view.
Before I start, Oli milάμε ελληνικά, ναι. Ή όχι?
Yes,
Oh my God.
but English best.
Okay. I live in England, okay, but I am Greek, right? And my honest view on this is, for now, we must work together. Turkish side of Cyprus and the Greek side of Cyprus, we must cooperate together against the Iranian threat. Because at the end of the day, even though the 1974 invasion, whatever, it's in the past, it's our ancestors, it's not our generation now. We must all cooperate together, forget the past, forget like the ancient wars, forget everything. We must work together and unite against this threat. And any issues, they can be brought up after the war. But now the Cypriot land is under threat of Iran and their missiles. We must work together to clear the airspace, make sure no more missiles land.
No. Did you say you can't speak English? You explain yourself perfectly, brother. Man.
That was well said, to be honest, mate. That was well said.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hopefully we can build from here as well. Why stop now? Why get
Exactly.
together just for the current protection? Why not the future protection of it too?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
You're
if
spot on.
Turkey-
You're spot on. You're spot on. Bullseye. Thank you. Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
it's okay. If Turkey and Greece go to war against each other over in Istanbul, Constantinople, whatever, if they go to war, what benefit do we have in our generation? Maybe our ancestors would be proud that we're trying to take back the land, but who cares? We're in 2026. It is a new age. We need to protect ourselves from the threats from the east and unite together.
Ah, mate, well said.
100% right. The most important thing is that we should be thinking about exactly what we should do when Iran, I don't know who, they are attacking our island. I mean, since I've been coming to this live, all I'm saying is screaming. A lot of people are laughing at me. This island is a love island, man. We should not let someone else tell us what to do. I mean, let's look at what's happening now. I'm at the Panhandle, Carpazia. This time of year, every year, this time, yeah, we used to have rent-a-cars full of coaches, tourists. I work the other side as well. I'm talking about all island, which now the tourism season opens. Please don't forget, I was working at the other side in the hotels as a customer relation manager. I've done a lot of things here as well. And the island being a tourism island, it was full of tourists. What we have now, we don't have nothing. I can see all the restaurant owners, hotel owners, they're all crying. Is that what we want? And stir it over and over again and, having an argument with each other? We should not. We should talk about future and we should talk about exactly what you just said, brother. Or it is exactly what you said. We should think about how we're going to protect this island.
I agree completely.
Thank you.
I haven't heard from Osman in a while. How is he? Osman.
Who's Osman?
Osman Sip.
Oh, has he been up before? I don't remember the guy.
Yes, he's the guy that wrote the book. I was expecting
Hello.
translation, but
Oh, how you doing?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hello, Osman.
Forgive me, Osman. I don't remember you. Are you? What's the?
Well, I was in TikTok about 6-7 months ago for a while. Then I left, and I was doing nothing now, and I came back on to have a look what's going
Welcome
on
back.
around. It's still,
Osman,
it's still, huh?
Osman, did you translate the book that you wrote?
No, not yet, not
What was
yet.
your
But
background again, Osman? Can you remind us?
I'm from Nicosia. I live in Cyprus. I'm from Konyeli, Nicosia area.
Yeah.
Now we might be cousin Osman.
Where are you from?
Oh my God. I was in Gunyali for good 8-9 years. But let's not go
Well,
there because, like Sofuru said, I don't know your opinions about what we've been talking. So we
yes.
can carry on
I
from there.
like what you are saying, what you are talking. It's good to talk. Well, let me tell you something. I was listening to you, and you said we have to think of future and etc. Things like this, which is very correct actually. But we cannot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, carry on, man. We can hear you loud.
Okay, we cannot plan. When I say we, I mean Cypriots, Turkish and Greek Cypriots. We cannot plan nothing until we cleared our past this Cyprus conflict to become one. You see what I mean?
Can you open that bit more? I mean, yeah, we can. There is always
We
is going
have to we have to sort out this Cyprus conflict first. Then we be able to become a one state. These states they are talking about are constituent states. They are not state. Remember Mr. Anastasiadis and Dervisherovlu joint agreement, something they signed in 2014. Remember it?
2014.
No, what was that?
2014. Yeah,
That date
February.
doesn't ring a bell.
Well, 11th of February 2014, write joint agreements and please read it. It's a very important information. There is the solution is going to be in Cyprus. Well, in that statement declaration on Article 4 or something, there was two constituent state mentioned there. But at the same time, underline this, in the same article, it is also written that Cyprus is going to be under one sovereignty. This is very important. I guess people doesn't understand the meaning of sovereignty exactly. When it is going to be one sovereign state, with two constituent state will make it become one. Sorry about my English.
No, mate, you're doing well. Carry on.
Yeah, perfect. We understand exactly what you're saying.
Yes.
Why everyone is leaving, I don't understand.
Look, two states. Do not pay no attention on two states first. Those are politicals. Let's look what people understand.
Well,
From
can
two
we,
states.
Osman? You seem like you know your stuff. Do you mind if we bring it to the current day today, and what's happening right now in the region, and also the question: can Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus cooperate? Or wouldn't that itself be the solution to Cyprus as well? What would we argue about if we were cooperating?
Well, it's a good wishful, very good wishful.
Isn't that a good
thinking
first
of these.
step? Like step one.
Yeah, you are right, but listen, Cyprus is going to be reunited soon. Forget what you are seeing around at the moment, or those political arguments from media to media. Those are all rubbish. Whoever corrupt Cyprus, you all know who they were, they will refix it again within their benefits. But Cyprus is going to be one state, two constituent states, constituent states will not have their own sovereignty rights, borders, like south is for Greeks, north is for Turks.
They will govern
Then we
their own.
make a federation.
They will govern their own state affairs, but the actual federal and national affairs are governed by the central government, right?
Of
Which will be
course.
a mixture
And the
of Greek and
Turkish-
Turkish.
Yes, exactly. Let me put it in the simplest way for everyone to understand. For example, I don't say soldier, but for example, Yanni from Lagadamia, police officer, will serve in Kyrenia to the federal points, maybe immigration points. Osman from Bodamya will serve in Limassol Marina for the immigration things and etc. Okay, this sovereign rights,
freedom of movement.
freedom of movement, freedom of movement will there be, of course, but so many people, what I believe, this is the reality actually, will not turn back to their properties.
You know, you
Okay.
might have touched on something I didn't think about before, Osman. We could be creating opportunities here for both North and South, because once the federation's in place, we will require Greeks to be working on the North and the Turks to be working on the South as well, because you need to be
Of course.
accommodating, you know,
Of course,
for
of
both
course,
official languages as well.
course.
So,
Of course. For example, Canada, okay, in French region of Canada, the French Canadians were mainly, but in the police, in the federal government offices, together with English-speaking Canadians, they work together. There
honest
is no
question,
border.
Osman. Do you think a Greek and a Turkish Cypriot, and I don't want to forget about every other Cypriot that exists, because we also have the Russians, Armenians, we have so many. I know we are specifically talking about Greeks and Turks, so I hope no one gets offended.
Yes.
But do you not think a Greek and a Turkish Cypriot can work together as partners in a police force, sitting next to each other, if the
course they
reason
can.
that they're working together is to protect the whole island as Cyprus, not just North, not just South?
Of course, it must be like that. And it is not only people will make it happen, also the proper rule of law in federal Cyprus will also make it work like that. We have no other choice actually.
But even laws aside, you put a Greek and a Turk in a police car, Greek Cypriot, Turkish Cypriot in a police car, and you tell them you are going to protect Cyprus.
What's
You're going to protect
the worst that they
Cypriots.
can do? They're
Yeah.
gonna argue about what's called
Yeah.
kebab or a gyro.
What are
you go.
you think that
Is it Eshek or Garo? Which one is it?
my friend, whenever we meet with our Greek Cypriots friend here in Cyprus, do you think that we talk about Cyprus problem?
What do you talk
Everything we
about?
talk
What do you talk about?
Yeah, I wouldn't say maybe there are ladies here. You see what I mean?
Okay, but the point is, you get along,
Yeah.
and you both see yourselves as Cypriots, right?
Yes.
Okay, what more do you want?
Can I just give an example what Osman was saying, which is the first time and first night that I come up with him and talking on live. I've been searching about how many Greek Cypriots. We have a family here. I'm sure everyone knows. There is a Greek family that I've been living here. There is a Greek family next to Sipahi the Osman. Sipahi 371, Carpathia even more. Now, Turkish Cypriot lady who has married to Greek Cypriot, they have a son, and now he's working in Sahil Güvenlik.
See?
He's working as a security in Sahil Güvenlik. Yeah.
And
For us, we
Sahil
don't know
Güvenlik is not just a security company. It belongs to
Government. To
police
the
government.
army.
It belongs to
Yeah.
government, and half Greek, half Turkish is working there as a officer. What a lovely thing to hear. Beautiful.
You
Of
see,
course, this
you
has to
see
be
that?
like this.
And I search. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been obviously, but there must be a lot of people, that will disagree. I mean, let's keep it sweet and let's go on one way. I'm not saying forget 64, 74. All I'm saying, do not go there. Do not go 64, 74. And I always been saying, Erdogan, it was only 10 days ago here talking to me, telling me why he's been elected and what he's going to do. But of course, it's going to take time to do everything that he's aiming to do. He's elected by Cypriot to do what he wants to do.
Let me put a point here. It's very important what you were saying. If you realize, all of you Turkish and Greek Cypriots, Erhurman does not mention not mention, he doesn't use the word federation. And he goes, sometimes he blah, blah, like two states something, but he doesn't mention federation. Did you realize this?
Basically, what he's saying is,
I know the reason. I know the reason. I mean, I know the reason.
Osman, that's for. I'm just going to chip in here. For us, it's a bit strange not to put the goal in front. I believe if he was clear on that, if we would have already sat on the table, say, I'm Erhurman and I want a bizonal, bicommunal federation, or I'm Erhurman and I want a single state solution. I'm Erhurman and I want this. This is why I was
Okay.
elected.
Okay. Yes, I understand you. Sorry about disturbing your talk. He doesn't mention federation because of the people of Turkey. They are not ready for the solution in Cyprus, and what they are talking on the table now, what around the table is of course federation, bizonal, communal federation, but they do not mention it a lot. They do not loud it up because of the people of Turkey. Well, Erdogan wants to solve Cyprus. Let's say if Erdogan wants to solve Cyprus problem, he wouldn't take risk to disturb his electors, his people. Because solving the Cyprus problem out among the Turkish people in Turkey is Cyprus is solved. We solved the Cyprus. This is their narrow-minded thoughts through the solution to the solution.
But Osman, can I ask you a question? Because I asked other Turkish Cypriots. Why doesn't Erdogan, right, the leader of a mighty country, take the first step and at least we need to take steps. Let's call everything step one. Even if one of these things happen, it's a great opportunity to build on. Right? Why doesn't he recognize ROC? Why doesn't he talk to the ROC? Why doesn't he speak directly and try to say, let's find a solution? That would go a long way for the Greek Cypriots, regardless of what we think of him.
Yes. Okay, I understand you. Listen, solving out Cyprus problem is 24 hours work. Not even more than that.
Yeah.
The problem is the shares of the region, not Cyprus, the shares of the region, okay? I'm not talking about Cyprus. You had this conversation half an hour ago. They want to control of the region. They can, none of them, neither Israel, nor Egypt, nor or Turkey, or Greece, or Syria, they cannot be the only one head ruling the Middle East. It is impossible. Impossible.
What do you think of the?
They are taking Cyprus negotiations is a bargaining thing.
What if we design?
Those countries, not only once they sort out their sharings, those countries, all of them, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Egypt, Turkey, okay? Turkey does not divide the sovereignty of Cyprus, my friend. Never think of division. There is a division, but it is only a regional. It's not a state sovereignty divided island. It's not like that. The sovereignty is going to be one, as I said to you.
Osman Mo, can I ask you a question? Because
Yes.
I respect your opinion, and I would wish you had a podcast I could listen to all day. My question here is, you know that the Republic of Cyprus does a lot of deals with Lebanon. They had a maritime agreement with Lebanon. They had one with Israel. They had one with Egypt, not with Libya, but over that. Do you think that is a thorn to Turkey's interest in Cyprus as well? Or do you think this helps the Turkish Cypriots also, let's say, protect their rights and their territorial integrity as well?
Listen, as I mentioned a minute ago, Turkey would never divide the sovereignty of Cyprus. I meant, okay, what you were saying right now. Look, if there is a sharing agreement among those countries around Cyprus, Turkey will also have sort of sovereign rights are in Cyprus. You know why? Because Turkish Cypriots here. Can you believe Turkish Cypriots would act against Turkey's economical benefits? Look, I say economical benefits. I don't say military or other strategy. Economical benefits. Of course, Turkey will have control in the region through Turkish Cypriots. And also Greek, which is Farer, will also have control of those sovereign areas through Greek Cypriots. We Cypriots are just living people here. Don't think that we are so important. Let them share the things first, and you will see Cyprus solution very soon.
Osman, in my opinion, I don't think Greece really controls Greek Cypriots anymore. Yes,
You think like that. You think like that. You see, when the one bomb came down, you call Greece to come here to help. You think like that.
I'm talking economically. I'm not talking.
Economically, you are 100% right. And I also did not believe in NOCs.
Sorry to interrupt you, Osman, but now that Donkey brought it up, I have a very difficult question for the Greeks. Do you think Greece came to protect Cyprus, or did they come because the Brits needed the help?
No, they came to show the others, I am also here. Through who? Through Greek Cypriots.
That's the question. Why?
Shall I answer that?
Yeah, go on, Andre.
Yes, please.
The Greeks came for many reasons, one of which there's a lot of diaspora in Cyprus as well, Greeks.
Yes.
So they came here for the Greeks, they came here for Cyprus for the alliance. We have allies. So the Brits brought a anti-torpedo, whatever it's called. France came, Greece came, Germany's coming, Italy's coming. We've got alliances coming, so I don't see how Greece is different to the rest of them.
Greece is of course different from the rest of them.
It's different because we're closer to them, okay? But they didn't just come because we called them and I said, "Oh, please come."
We've
You
got a
know?
Greek on the panel, Andreas, on the
My
top
friend,
right.
my friend,
Okay, hi. Hi, Orestes.
Orestes,
Hello.
why do you think Greece came to Cyprus?
I think Greece came to protect the interests of all nations in the area. Because
and also
if they
it's
didn't,
own. It's own as well.
yeah, but if they didn't come to help, they would be betraying Cyprus as a whole, not just the south side, not just the north side. They would be betraying Cyprus. They'd be betraying their English allies. So this would create some national tension between the United Kingdom and Greece. No.
And I don't see why we're εστιάζουμε, why we're concentrating on Greece.
Focusing.
Yeah, focusing on Greece.
But to be honest with
No,
you,
I like
did
what Osman said, though. I like it because Osman, what he said was what I took from it was that he's saying through your own wanting, you wouldn't try to destroy Greece's economic value as you wouldn't, Cyprus wouldn't try to destroy Turkey's economic value. We would live together. We would be together. Cyprus would be one, and everyone would still have love for their well, you can call it motherland, but it's just trying to say that, let's not lie to ourselves. You can't really just go against Greece like Turkish Cypriots couldn't go against Turkey, but we should always be together, and then we should, we would say no to them if it was detrimental to our island, but generally with control over the region, why wouldn't you let their ships pass through Greece or Turkey? Or that's how I understood what Osman was saying. Was that what you were trying to say, Osman?
Yes, I'm listening. Sorry about it. 1 minute.
It might be Osman's microphone, man.
Because we get caught up so quickly in, our allegiances. Whereas how I took what Osman said was actually quite lovely. It was trying to say, we are together, and we wouldn't try to banish them, and we wouldn't try to allow them to cut us apart. We would only allow them.
Masterclass, I understand what Osman and you're trying to say. On our side, when I say on our side, the Greek Cypriots never said cut off your ties with Turkey, but don't cut deals with blind eyes without looking at your interests first. That's why.
I know, but you say that, but then
that's what we do.
Yeah, I know, but then, like, just recently, I know that the argument could be made that it was in the ROC's interest, but when a deal was struck with the I country, Greece, Cyprus is part of that. Yes, all right, it might have been part of ROC's interest to do so, but it's never too far. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. So, ultimately, when Greece does something, Greek Cypriots are going to say, should we jump on this bandwagon? Yes. And same for the other side. He's not saying that our allegiance is going to divide us. He's saying we should be able to be together and still be able to, deal with the bigger countries who both could destroy Cyprus. Greece could destroy Cyprus. Turkey could destroy Cyprus. It's only a little island. We're only a little people. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what I loved about it was it's saying what we've all been saying in a much more inclusive way.
100%.
Could I just say that I'm gonna give an example here. So obviously the 1974 invasion was 50 years ago and over, right? But do you think in 1974 the Poles and the Germans were arguing on, oh, you came and you took us over 50 years ago? No, they were in unity. They worked together. They trade. Their economies flourished together. But there is the factor that Germany didn't occupy any Polish territory. The Turks, they occupied this territory and they hold North Cyprus. But I think it should be up to the Cypriot people as a whole to decide whether they want to work together and unite and be one sovereign nation, or if they want to stay as their own counterparts of the main countries.
Nobody will ask us what we want.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean it. I mean it. I'm not
True.
joking. I mean
I'm
it.
laughing because it's true. So I laugh because
Yeah,
it's true.
it is true.
Cypriots don't have a choice in that
No,
sense.
of course. What are we in this region? What are we, Cypriots? 1 million islander,
As you
like
can see from
Suvlaga,
the
like Dance, like Porsche Life. When they are economical standard, they go down. They start to shout. What is Cypriot? Cypriot is this. What power we have in the region? But we have rights in the region economically. That's something else. And who is going to ask us? Do you think that after when they make this solution, they are going to ask either you or us? Do you agree with this or not? Like Annan plan, there will be no referendum.
Listen,
There will be no referendum. Nothing. They will sort the problem out.
hopefully there is not going to be any referendum, because if there's a referendum, we're going down the rabbit hole.
No referendum yet, but you think that when they make the survey, the international companies for CIA, for KGB, Turkey, Greece, or other interesting stuff, they know the result of the referendum, what will come out. Of
Wait.
course, no. And Cyprus, the Cypriots, as big as a swallow, will have a word to say with the solution. No, my friend. They have played with us for the last 60 years. Do you believe that the division by regional Turks in the north and Greeks in the south were not known by Greece in 60s? Do you believe that? They didn't know it. They were part of the plan, my friend. Same as together with Turkey. They share the island, but they are not going to divide the sovereignty borders into two, north and south, one island, because Turkey wouldn't like to divide it into two. If it is divided into two, Turkey will have word up until Letra Street, my friend. TRNC borders. Do you believe Turkey would have accepted to be in between Antalya Bay and Lokmachi Barikat, Letra Street? Turkey wants to control the sovereign rights of Cyprus through Turkish Cypriots, not physically whenever he wants, through Turkish Cypriots. That's all. This is the solution.
Osman, I agree with what you're saying 100%, but this is our worry. We don't want to be controlled.
Listen, my friend.
At least me, I don't want to
Listen.
be controlled.
Yeah, I understand and respect you very much. Maybe 10 years ago, I was saying Exo Attila Bodin Kypros. I was saying this maybe up until 10 years ago. Then I changed my mind. It's not because there's a danger from Greek Cypriots to me. No. I changed my mind because the history gave this island to Greece, Turkey, and to the people living on the island. Okay? We cannot get rid of them. Well, they are not going to control us like sit down, get up, do this or do that, but they will make guarantee that they have their control in the region. That's all.
No. You know the Treaty of Lausanne? You know
Yes.
the Treaty of Lausanne?
Yes.
Okay. So Cyprus is...
Respect Osman.
Is there anyone from
Nere,
Cyprus
respect.
here now?
I'm from Cyprus.
Yes.
I mean, living in Cyprus at the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Suat, Cyprus migration, Cypriot donkey.
Wow,
Maybe
most of you.
maybe Hussein does Hussein live in Cyprus?
I live 6 months of the year.
Well, this is my, you see my profile photo.
Hey, you're half in, half out, bro.
I have been using the profile photo, I think, for the last 15 years.
Is that a donkey as well?
Yeah, donkey.
Well,
We're
okay, I
cousins.
think we're obsessed with donkeys, aren't we?
Made
Look at
donkeys
You
today,
would have
yeah.
thought the mufflon. You would have thought the mufflon would be popular, but the donkey seems to override it.
no, the donkey. The donkey is the true Cypriot animal.
Yes, true Cypriots.
Yeah, stubborn.
So you believe shepherd will ask donkey, may I sit on you?
Osman,
I don't know where this is going, guys, but yeah.
no, it's okay.
No, you
In
can control the
TRNC,
panel. You can control the panel. We got the
I don't
message
think I want
from-
to. I don't think I want to. That's why. Go on, Cyprus.
Osman, in TRNC, the parliament is pure Turkish Cypriots, or you have Turkish settlers as well, but with the TRNC
We have few Turkish settlers, and it is normal to be there because they are a lot here. Of course, they would have. But if you ask me, are you happy, Osman, with this? No, I am not happy. But this is the fact. Also in the future.
we don't have Greek citizens in our parliament.
Well, let's put
Cypriots.
it. Yes, let's put it in this way. Turkey does not trust Turkish Cypriots 100%. Let's put it in that way. So he puts some of his supporters in the parliament. Forget them. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Listen, once we get our sovereign borders back together, those who will stay in Cyprus will be as much Cypriot as we are. Believe me. Who wants trouble? Who wants trouble where they make money? That's changed a lot. In 60s, we fought because economically we were not equal. You were more clever in trading businesses, Greek Cypriots, and you made the money. Okay, we were more keen on being uniform. We go to English army or become a Destepani for the village.
Sovereignty, when you say you don't already have sovereignty through the 200,000 Turkish Cypriots having European passport, Cyprus European passport, doesn't this give them full rights and sovereignty recognition?
It doesn't.
What is sovereignty?
Sovereignty is Cyprus to be controlled, the borders, the international borders, sea border, air border, up until the international point, will be controlled by Cypriots only, both. There will be a Turkish Cypriot working in a Larnaca airport, and there will be Greek Cypriots working in a Ercan airport. Whatever it will be called up there, I don't know.
Osman, I have a question. In the
Yes.
TRNC today, no, like 1,000 Greek Cypriots living in Karpas have a
Yes.
citizenship, TRNC citizen, 1,000.
Yes.
In the Republic of Cyprus, we have 200,000, that is 200 times more, 200,000 Turkish Cypriots who have equal rights with the Greek Cypriots in the European Republic of Cyprus. So we are inclusive, the Greek Cypriot, we are inclusive of the Turkish Cypriots. We recognize you, but you don't recognize us in the north. If I want the TRNC citizenship, if I go, they will put a bullet in my... yes, you know where they will put the... So this is the kind of mentality that we see in the north, that we are skeptical that the democracy maybe is not the right solution for you. Maybe you are seeking like a Turkish democracy, the Turkish dictatorship democracy.
Do you believe? No, absolutely wrong.
Yes, you don't include us in the North. The North doesn't have like 1,000.
Listen, my friend. Listen, I give you a very simple sample. My cousins was married to a Turkish woman from Turkey. They had 3 kids. They born in Cyprus. They grow up in Cyprus. They educated in over somewhere else in maybe Turkey or England, I don't know. And they became a officer here in Cyprus, but still they don't have right to take Cyprus citizenship. Listen, this boy was born from a Cypriot man, okay?
The Cypriot man was affiliated in the war in some way in the 1970s.
No, Cypriot. Listen, the Turkish woman came from Cyprus after 74, okay?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but listen, they have kids.
The woman
Turkeys.
is a daughter. The woman is a daughter of a Turkish soldier who
No,
came in
they will
1970.
no. If you wonder how many Turkish soldiers came and married in have come back to Cyprus or stayed here and married to Cypriot women, they are not more than 1,000.
Because this is what I'm trying to tell you, that in the south we recognize all the Turkish Cypriot. In the north, the Greek Cypriot are, let's say, 500,000. You only recognize 1,000. So like 0.2% you recognize us. We recognize you 100% in our government. You can have full rights in the south. The Greek Cypriot have 0 rights in the north. So this mentality we see
this is true.
problematic.
The Greek Cypriots have no rights in the south, in the north. Listen, you know why? Because the north is under Turkey's control. Some call it occupation, some call it invasion. Doesn't matter the argumentation. It's in Turkey's control. Finish.
So the parliament of the TRNC is puppet. They are acting.
Well, no,
like
I
theater.
wouldn't say them all. But for example, Erhurman's parties have limits, okay? Have limits. The other
UBP,
governance, UBP is
Turkey.
Mavropoulos.
Ostel, the prime minister.
Yeah,
What is your opinion?
He wouldn't be a night guard of Regis Ice Cream Factory if he was interviewed.
Bravo. He was put there by the Tatar administration.
No, Tatar, it's they were put there by Turkey, and even Tatar and this and that. Why? Because Turkey had to do something in north before the solution. Because Turkey, no solution is going to come very soon. It's only Cypriots don't know. They put this those people, okay, and they announced that they support 2 states, but they never mentioned at the same time 2 sovereign state. They were saying equal sovereignty. What is equal sovereignty? Sovereignty is one and it is used by its own people. That's all.
Niazikel Zigurek, you know him. Niazikel Zigurek.
Yeah, my cousin is my cousin. his
Okay, he was
grandmother and my
elected.
grandfather,
Okay.
sister, brother and sister.
He was elected in the Parliament of Cyprus. He was in
Yes,
the European Parliament
yes,
elected. Have
true.
you seen Greek Cypriot being elected in the TRNC Parliament?
Firemo, what do you want me to tell you? Is it
Ah,
possible? Okay,
why?
I made you happy. North is under occupation. What rights are you waiting from the occupation? Forget that.
Okay, so I wish one day you can get free by Turkey. So it's in the hands of the Turkish Cypriots to solve the Cyprus problem, not in the hands of the Greek Cypriots. This is where I'm getting at.
Listen, I told you many times who we are. Who is going to ask us something about solution? Cyprus problem will solved by the imperial powers in the region.
It's difficult. It's
Who
very
is going to
difficult.
ask us? Who are we there? We declared Republic of Cyprus. Was there a referendum? Did they ask us? We are preparing, we are declaring a new republic. Do you agree or not? No, no referendum. You got out from, tell me, Cyprus lira and go into euro. Did they ask you by referendum? This is important. This must be asked by referendum. What else they did and they didn't ask the people? Makarios
Osman, can I respond?
and Gypriano has signed bi-zonal, communal agreements in 70s. Did they ask to the people? No. You think they will ask us?
Even the Annan plan, it wasn't negotiated. It was given from the United Nations.
Of course, they test us.
So,
But why are you so aggressive, though, Osman?
Who, me?
Not
Who is
aggressive.
aggressive?
No,
Not aggressive.
No, nobody is
Not
aggressive
aggressive.
to me.
You are
Sorry
like raising
about-
your, just
No,
like
it's
you're raising
fine.
your voice, like you're raising your voice. And
No,
Osman
it's
definitely is not aggressive.
It's all good.
There is Cypriot way of talking.
Osman, to
what
be
you have
honest,
to understand is like
Love and
Greeks
leave you.
like
Have
to
a good
speak
night.
with a soft voice, so it's just like you're very, you know.
no, he's
Sure
okay.
about,
He's
sure
okay.
about that?
I'm just saying, like you're very high toned and
Oh,
it's giving a bit,
what
no,
Greek
it's giving a
speaks
bit
with a soft
threatening
voice, man?
vibes.
Sorry
Osman,
What
about
Greek
it.
speaks with a
Osman,
soft
you're
voice?
doing okay, man. Don't worry.
Ray
It's
Osman is
okay.
perfect, Ray.
Yeah,
Ray Osman
just
is
don't.
perfect. So, to be honest, I like Erhurman because he is going into the right direction. I know
Of
he
course
will
he's in the right
negotiate.
direction.
I
Yes.
feel like we have
So
bigger problems in Cyprus right now, to be honest, like feminism, but I don't know if you guys want to even get into that.
now
No, this is a Cyprus life, mate. Yeah.
I understand it's the
Cyprus.
life, but we also have a
Ray,
responsibility to try to prevent it. But
feminism, we let the
Is this the
girls
geezer that was talking about
vote,
Gandhi's
Ray.
flip flop the other day?
I don't
you
know.
are.
Oh, no,
I
not
don't
him.
know.
No.
I just
This is
joined
Gandhi's
today.
flip flop, anyway.
What did
Be
you say?
honest, Ray,
I
shush.
sniffed something. What?
Okay, shush. The girls in Cyprus are more masculine than the man in Cyprus, so we don't have problem in
Well, you know
I
why that
agree,
is though,
migration.
because you have let it. It's just very interesting, you know. We've allowed women to throw the word grape on innocent men, and that's the reason why a lot of men do not want to challenge any like opinions on feminism and stuff, because they just don't want to be, you know, accused of things, and that's why it's very
Yeah, all right, mate. All right,
hostile.
we don't need to. Yeah, let's get back to Cyprus. I think that's for a different
Yeah.
live, different topic,
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
different type of people. You know, I don't
Yeah,
think anyone
no.
here is anti-feminist. So
No, fair enough. Fair
To
enough.
be
I have
honest,
to respect the host, of course. My bad.
so to be honest, I see that they are really close. It's just we want not to have these kind of strict guarantees. You want nearly 50-50 political governing, like circular residency, presidency.
Yes,
The
President.
rotating
rotation
presidency.
presidency.
Yes. So it's really close. The rest are solved. So it's a good thing, in my opinion. And I know that the Greek Cypriots will be underrepresented in a BBF. The Turkish Cypriots will be overrepresented from their percentage, like 18%. They will have nearly 50% of control of the government, but it's no problem as long as it's a European democratic solution with that will protect all human rights according to the United Nations. We will accept this in the sake of peace. That's why I am positive. I'm positive they are going into the right directions, but we never know what's behind. The Cypriot people, they could solve the Cyprus problem tomorrow or even today. But the politics, it's very, very complex thing. Economy is very, very complex.
In that case, Cyprus situation, what Osman is trying to say to you, Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriot doesn't count. Depends on the cake on the table. Which country is going to get the more slice? Who's going to win? That's what he's trying to say to you. He's not going, we are 18, 20% and you are 50%. It's all about the countries, guarantors, and now they're all coming in. And when I mention cake, obviously, you know, is the gas, is the petrol. This is what they're trying to agree. And as long as they're agreeing, who's going to get how many percentage, then the solution is done.
Suad, you are right. And also, you know what's another problem? All these countries that are getting involved, like France, Israel, other countries that want a piece of Cyprus now.
Exactly.
They make the things more complex. So I can recognize this, that they make things more complex. And the situation is becoming more and more difficult, but let's hope for the best. If it was on the Cypriot people, they will already solve it. Like they will have a... Okay.
Suad and Osman, I have a question for you guys. Since, Suad, especially you, Suad, because you know Erhürman as well, when President Christodoulidis expressed his desire to speak with Erdogan, why did Erhürman go against that? Why did he say, you know, you're bypassing us and you shouldn't go and speak to him? Why don't they go together and have a meeting? And why doesn't Erhürman initiate a meeting?
There is a political strategic something, the tactic something, okay? Listen, if you want to solve the Cyprus problem, Mr. Christodoulidis I'm talking about, you have to talk with your equal negotiator or whatever you call it. I don't say TRNC, okay? I don't say as a president of Cyprus, Mr. Christodoulidis, the leader of Greek Cypriot community, on the table, on the negotiation table, his title is this, okay? He comes up until the door with the presidential Cyprus flag, whatever it is, as a president, but get in as a community leader. These are the real facts, okay? It's not something I set up, okay? In the table, you are equal to community leaders. Don't talk with Turkey. Go talk with United Nations as a community leader, okay? But as a president, sorry. But if there is something about Cyprus solution, your equal is Erhürman. You have to talk with him. I wouldn't like Erhürman to go and talk Cyprus problem with Greece. I wouldn't like that.
Or Donald Trump.
Or Donald Trump or whatever. Equality is very important.
Yeah, is that an answer to your question, Andrea?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving it really simple, Osman, and everything that he says is correct, you know? So obviously, like I've been saying, man, everyone is saying what I've been explaining to you, sending you that message because you asked me to translate. His only complaint is that why can't we agree and start this solution step by step? Let's say, for example, open another 2, 3, doors, let the Cypriots to, be together more as they are, let it increase the doors and take everything step by step. And he gave an example about the settlers. I don't know if you understood, he was going on about, do you know that Erman, 2 sisters are married to the Turks from mainland, Andreamo?
Didn't know that.
There you go. So even his sisters married to a mainland Turks. So what I'm trying to say to you here, he was saying to me, Suad Gardash, he was saying, if we can't come to an agreement on 1 or 2 doors and I get bypassed by your president, Andreamo, and he goes and talks to Erdogan, where is the understanding, the Cypriot way, so we can move forward? But it's exactly what Osman said.
Do you appreciate the concern of the Greek Cypriots that he's tried with his four points? He's been trying to checkmate the Greek Cypriots before they go to the negotiations.
Well, I wouldn't say this is a chess game. All I'm saying is he is in the power. Most of the rights, most of the Cypriots elected him. But to unlock the solution, of course, he has to go and talk to Erdogan. Yeah, but first step, it should be from your government to say, okay, let's open another 2, 3 doors. Let's unite it a bit more. Let's come to agreement on some sort of, the subjects that has been going on the table and nothing comes to agreement. Let's solve these out. And when it comes to the solution, 1 state, 2 state, or whatever, let's go and ask, the Greek government and the Erdogan. And, do you get my point though, Andrea? We should move step by step. But when we're trying to open 1 more door, if you ignore me and you go to Erdogan, I wouldn't like that because it's you and me. We're talking between us and you say, no, Reswat, I'm going to go and ask Osman. Yeah?
I appreciate that. Okay, I appreciate that. It's just that with his four points that he's raised, he's from the Greek Cypriots' understanding is that he's tried to play it as a chess game and say, like, if nothing comes from the negotiations, then we need the TRNC recognized, which pressures the Greek Cypriots into finding maybe a solution that is not comfortable for them as much. If you know what I mean.
You are 100% right.
Yeah.
Listen, what you have said is 100% right. Yes, these are, negotiations will not start in United Nations. Negotiation has already started. Even through media, these are all negotiations, okay? As much as they may announce out, okay? The negotiation has started. What Erhurman's 4 point was to put Greek Cypriot side under pressure to come to the solution, because the solution will not be exactly what Greek Cypriot people think of. There will be by zonal, by communal
Federation.
I agree.
You think that, you think that Greek Cypriots will accept the outcoming of the details of the plan, of course they will not be very happy with it.
No, but when President Christodoulidis took the presidency, they seemed to they were doing a telephone poll. I think the University of Cyprus was doing a telephone poll. They were calling people around the ROC, asking them how they think Christodoulidis, because they called me as well.
Okay.
And they were asking how do we think Christodoulidis is getting on? What do we think Christodoulidis should concentrate on more? In what aspect of his of the various issues that Cyprus is facing? And in the end, they were asking what us Cypriots would feel more comfortable with, and they gave us a few multi-choice, like two-state solution, BBF, or a federation. So I don't know the outcome of this poll.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, no, I don't really. I myself said federation, but you know what? I would also accept a BBF. I wouldn't accept a two-state.
Look, two states. Forget this. I told you. Read the Declaration of Joint Agreement. Write it down, please. 14 February 2000. 11th February 2014. Read this declaration. Those two states is out of order. It is a constituent states. It's not a separate state, constituent state, like Texas, like California, like whatever, Ohio or Cincinnati, like that, Kentucky.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Sorry?
That is acceptable.
It is. This is the federation. Listen, the difference between federation and confederation is very simple. Federal states have no own sovereign borders. In confederal system, two sovereign states, which have air, sea, and land sovereign borders, like Turkey and Greece, if they make one state, confederal state, they become confederal state because they have their own sovereign rights in their own lands. But in Cyprus Federation have one sovereignty, not two sovereignty rights. This is very important. Sovereignty, nothing else. And Turkey will never split it into two. Put this somewhere as information. Because putting it into two is losing the control of the southern part. But I don't say on just land. Sea and air space of the federal Cyprus. He wants to be in control of there as well. But when I say control, I don't mean they say do this or do that. Like Greece. We can't get rid of them as we wish. This is out of question. Finish. History has given this, some may call it opportunity, some may call it bomb on our lap, but we will live together with Turkey and Greece all together. We can't get rid of them. Finish. I told you, Greek Cypriots, please listen to me. I was saying Exo Attila about in Cyprus. Turkish army, Turkish troops out of Cyprus. I don't see it anymore. Because I'm a Don Quixote fighting myself again to what you call those yells. No, this is it. We will live together with these people, but in our sovereign land.
Do you live in Cyprus now?
It will be us controlling it. But Turkey will be around.
Do you live in Cyprus now? Do you reside in Cyprus?
Yes, I live in Nicosia.
Okay, nice.
I am not happy with the situation. The statico is not good for Cypriots. There is no fighting, there is no war in between us, but the problem is still there, and the more time we lose, the more, I don't say Turkification. Turkification will be more in the north. Turkification. When I say Turkification, I mean the Cyprus, the northern part, will culturally, socially, will look like one of Turkey's big towns like Istanbul, like Izmir, like or Adana, or Mersin, whatever. The losing time is danger
True
for
that.
both of us. For both of us. People, I don't go into those nationalist TikTok or Facebook groups. I find them as mad, crazy. Nationalist feeling has rotten their mind.
Where does it come from, Osman, if you don't mind me asking? Where do you think this nationalism?
It
From
is
some
see,
people, right? Not everybody.
yeah, not everybody. Of course, some people started. Well, there was a small nationalist people among Greek Cypriots in Ottoman time. After Ottoman time, when they got rid of Ottoman and become English citizens, Cyprus a colony. Okay, they seeded this nationalism thing onto island. It started with 30s, early 30s, a little bit, not much. Then 50s, Oka time, then 100% CIA organization. And TMT, this is 100% CIA organization as well. The same time, and the nationalism has naturally started to grow up in the island. When you water the seed with some troubles, it becomes big and big. We have to know, we have to be bilinçli. What is bilinç?
I came up at the wrong time.
What? Any Turkish Cypriot?
Yeah, Master Gas.
Go on, Master Gas.
Osman say no more be kardeş çünkü herkes paraya ulaşıyor.
Knowledgeable. It's knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Yes, more knowledgeable about what's going
Thanks, say Joe.
on.
You're breaking everyone down, be Osman. Look,
You know what? He is
42.
Stuart. I'll be all right. I wanted to come up and say, because obviously Soft asked the question about where does this nationalism come from and so and so. Like, just from my perspective, being in the diaspora in England, we always are a little bit more nationalist in terms of, you know, we have that luxury and that privilege of living abroad and having an island that doesn't recognize us, and we carry this, I'm not going to say hatred, a lot of people do, I don't, but you know, that loss of identity, and we become a little bit nationalist. But Osman's voice is the true voice of it's the truest voice of Northern Cyprus, because what have you noticed? You can't rattle him, yeah, because what he's saying is the truth. And even if he says something which some Turkish Cypriots will be in the comments spitting vinegar, yeah, going, no, I don't believe that. But that's their own, you know, inherent brainwashed hatred or, you know, nationalism that hasn't really figured that out yet. You know, Osman lives there, he's there, he understands it, he's intelligent, he's wrote books on it. I know Osman Abi spoke about his dad and his dad's role in the history before, and where you're the complete opposite to a degree. And, you know, I've enjoyed listening to you, Osman Abi. Honestly, you've been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah. And let's give him a round.
Let me put a word about what he has said about the book and my father and whatever. Look, this is what you hear me is my beliefs, is my thoughts, okay? And I'm the son of top TMT man. When I say top, I don't say 1 of 5 or 1 of 10. I say 1 of 2 maybe, or the toppest one. I don't know what I would have called him. And this is what you heard from me is a words from the son of top TMT man. Forget TMT, forget EOKA. These are all past. But we
Your
have to
father,
clean. We
Osman,
have to know the history very well.
Osman, your father, if he was, is he still alive?
He's still alive. Yes, 91 years old.
Wow,
Wow.
inshallah. What does he think of seeing the situation now? I mean, being the age that he is and going through the hardships that he has.
I am sort of voice of my father, my friend.
You're what?
Sort of voice of my father. What you hear from me can be heard from my father to make sure. He's a federalist. He wants one Cyprus. He wants Cypriots to rule Cyprus. This is what he wants.
Do you know what? Do you know what's interesting here, Andreas? Yeah. Whenever we talk about, because I know Osman Abi hasn't been here for a long while, but just being that I have and we've all spoke, whenever we talk about TMT, from a Greek Cypriot perspective, it is like a terror, a T group, yeah?
Yes.
But actually, it was a resistance group for
I don't
making a
say
whole...
that. Listen. I
Before
don't
make,
say
well,
that.
you correct me, because you're going to know more than me. I'm
Yes.
just assuming
I
for your dad
wouldn't
to have
say
that-
resist. I wouldn't say we were resisting. I wouldn't say it was a
Please
resistance.
correct me.
Listen, whatever we both organization has done, okay, what they have called to, and both organizations were only the labor of the big problem. It forget both. I don't care about EUCA or ENOSIS. These are all the old words, or TMT, TRNC. I don't even put it in account. Rubbish.
True. No, true. I assumed, and I shouldn't assume. But your dad obviously sees it the same way as you do, Osman Abi, now, yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
Because
That's good.
he was a Cypriot. He fought for Cyprus.
Yes.
Avsendu was Cypriot. He fought for Cyprus. But this strategy was exported from out into Cyprus, this strategy. And the poor Cypriots. You think that Lanidis' son was fighting in EOKAS, or the Effendi Kemal's son was fighting in EOKA? Poor Cypriots were fighting in TMT and EOKA.
So the reality is, EOKA fighters and TMT fighters are fighters of Cypriots. They're Cypriot, they fought for Cyprus. Is that what you're saying?
Of course, we fought for
See, look at the
Cyprus.
beauty of this man. How quickly we get into arguments and fights over one thing, and he just turns it into they're all Cypriot fighters. Like, who's gonna argue this?
This is exactly what this. Yeah, but this is exactly what the Cypriots, the ROC Cypriots of the panel have been saying, because we living here, we see Cyprus as a whole. So
You were saying that TMT was fighting for Cyprus, yeah?
No.
This is what
I
I'm
didn't
saying.
I didn't know that. I've learned something today.
Yeah.
But only know,
Listen,
but
TMT
only know.
people were believed. TMT people were believed, okay, that Greeks has attacked us at everywhere. exactly the same the EOKA fighters or the Greek fighters, okay,
Osman,
were believed that Turkish
Osman,
ship was
Osman, stop spreading
yes.
bullshit. What a
Don't
load
do
of
that,
rubbish.
John Arby. Don't do that,
I'm not gonna
man.
listen to this fucking sellout. Fucking
Why? Because no, don't say that. Now that's just rude, man.
Listen,
That's just rude.
listen.
This
If
man
this,
has been
listen,
speaking
if
lovely
this
the
is,
whole time.
if this is serious group,
Dan, come
okay,
back, man.
none would have talked to other within this way of conversation. This is not nice.
Osman Abid, you carry on. Yeah, let me tell you something.
Okay.
What you've been saying
I know that boy.
is
I
good,
know
and
that
not just
boy.
that. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter even if I disagree with you. It's your opinion. Yeah,
Exactly,
it's your take
exactly.
on it. Like you said something earlier. Yeah, like look at the 4 points that was raised from Erdogan, right? And one of the points, getting everybody's knickers in a twist. Everyone, TCs, GCs. But you just narrowed it down to it's a negotiation. He's came in hard, and now Christodoulides needs to come back hard and negotiate, and that's
have
how a
seen,
negotiation
yes.
is. So
Yeah.
we don't
What-
we get caught up on little things, Osman Abi. And
Exactly,
you're bringing such calmness to it that it demands respect. And I'm gonna you have my
That
calmness,
boy's
Hussein is easy, I
reaction,
suppose.
the boy's reaction was the symptom of nationalism. This is nationalism.
Osman,
Yeah.
Would not accept the others' views. But what they know about the history is nothing. None. Bullshit.
History is mainly based on experiences. So if an experience of a TC was bad, they would have a different view. Same with Greek Cypriots. If they experience some hardships more than others, they would have a different view, I suppose. But what's commendable is, for example, your father being in the TMT, having a view today that's more aligned for a unified Cyprus, which I really commend that.
which is the bigger picture. It's the greater goal, right?
Yes, it's a great goal.
But his opinions about the reunion of Cyprus does not represent the other TMT people. I would not say the TMT would like to reunion Cyprus under the federal state. I don't say that.
But your dad does.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
But he never used to back in the day.
No, actually, he was he was in such position in the TMT. I don't know why, but he never bring us up with nationalist
Views.
views.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's right, though. You shouldn't bring your children up to hate, innit?
Yeah. Okay, boys. Sorry, I have to go to sleep. Nice talking to you.
Have we warned
My time is up.
we
I
warned
get
you
up
out?
early to take my grandchildren to school.
Osman bekle bakayım. Karpaz'a ne zaman gelin?
Arayacağım. Takip eder miyik birbirimizi?
Facebook'ta yaz Suat Hüseyinoğulları.
Tamam. Atacağım sana şimdi arkadaşlık.
Okay,
everybody.
Good night, Osman Abi. Good night, Osman.
Good night,
Osman,
Good
Osman
night,
Abi,
good night.
don't wait too long to come back next time, my friend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Speak soon.
Good night, bro.
See, I love that kind of stuff.
I enjoyed it. Completely enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well.
I did.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even because he was just pro peace. We need a lot more of that
Peace.
process.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. How can anyone destroy that? That is beauty in its finest form. Yeah, no one can sit here and say that we are 100% right in our views. We all have biases. I mean, look how he handled migration earlier. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to make you happy. It is under occupation. Okay? Like, it's like,
Yeah, and so what?
you
Yeah.
can't argue that. Like, what are you gonna say? Like, what? Like, do you know what I mean? He's not.
That
He's
is
not in it.
professional touch.
Professionally. Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, what about that guy that come up halfway through? Tell me that weren't funny. Yeah, it was a lovely conversation. Hey, Osman, why are you so aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Man. Professional.
Start talking about women.
Wow, that was amazing. That was like seeing an advert for Fairy Washing Up Liquid halfway through the latest blockbuster in the cinema.
Hussein, are you
Pop
awake?
up.
Good news.
Hussein.
He just sent me
Hi, boy.
friend request
Hi.
on Facebook.
Wicked.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
What do you think of the conversation?
Very good, very good.
Great.
Very good.
First time I heard him, he's impressive.
No, I mean, but this is what I see as well in Cyprus as a whole, north and south. There's a more relaxed atmosphere between the two communities. You know, it's not like we're under each other's throats.
But I mean, but when you listen to Migration earlier, saying what his view is of the North and how he's going to take a bullet to the, I'm not going to say you know where, you know, it's like, you know, I'm big enough and ugly enough to admit that I have some reservations about living together, but that's okay. This is why I come on these lives, is to mingle with everybody and get a different view, is to see where people's views are. Like, I want to hear you, Andreas. I want to hear what Osman says. It's decision forming. It's lovely.
See, like people like Migration, they have their views set up. They won't change their views. Okay, so when they're trying to express their views and it doesn't go the way they like it, they turn to trolling. They turn to sarcasm. They turn to other things. Yeah, other things. So if a conversation goes well and something that he's aligned with, you can see him being very nice, very, you know, like wanting to continue the conversation, which is why he shut down the other guy that came up.
He was getting no ammunition, was he?
None at all.
Yeah. When he heard Osman talking, immediately he changed his profile and he put Jetep Here. He put and he calmed him down. There's no swearing word, there's no aggression, and he just, shut him up, but respectfully. You know, no swearing word has been used by Osman as far as I didn't listen to him. That's cool, man.
100%, man. The geezer come with peace, mate. He come with ultimate peace.
And look at the man, where is he coming from? He says that his father was the top of the TMT.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, because I've been on live with him like about a year ago.
Look, we have to appreciate that back then, 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, there was a lot of hardships. People were poor. People did not, you know, when like on a personal level, if something doesn't go your way, you tend to like be down and blame everything else around you and cause issues, and that's how I see it. I try to see it more psychologically back then, how things were, and how things evolved from those hardships.
Yeah, I tried to see it like that, but more why we take the views we take today. Yeah, more on the hard stance views.
They shape the views. I mean, there's one thing that Ken said the other night when we were discussing about nationalism, and I think I said to him, or someone said to him anyway, Greek Cypriots don't put the word Greek in front. When they put the word Greek in front, they don't mean that we are Greeks in Cyprus. We're Cypriots that speak Greek, but we're not fully, not all of us at least, fully have our allegiance with Greece, if you know what I mean. Whereas with Turks, with people that say they're Turks, we have we have concerns that they don't actually treat themselves as Cypriots.
No, but
and Ken said, yeah, I know. Ken said when during the war and after the country was divided, he said, well, what options did the Turkish Cypriots have? back then. Like how, like after being sanctioned from everyone and just having Turkey to lean on, what did we expect? And do you know what? He is right. He's correct. Thinking about it, he's like, yeah. I mean, if we were sanctioned and we had Greece just to lean on for all these years,
Yeah,
it would be different.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, but then look what Osman said tonight. Like, no one's gonna ruin, or cause hardships with Greece and Turkey. Cyprus, what Osman was saying was Cypriot should be Cypriot, Cyprus should be all one, there should be all peace on the island, everyone should get along, and you should show love to Greece and show love to Turkey, and not be ruled by them, but actually allow them to, come into waters and do certain things because they're your regional neighbours. So
Yeah, but the issue is there's been too much bad blood between all countries that are involved, so you're never going to get that.
right, and you're right, Nick. But more internally, there's too much bad blood between us. Yeah, and
Do you know what? I disagree. And the reason why I disagree, there's probably bad blood between the people that are, on the island today. But us being outside of the island, the diaspora, as we keep saying,
I
we
disagree.
get along.
Go on.
We get
No,
along.
please.
We get along to a certain degree. Like if we're able to live amongst each other, look, let's face it, a large majority of us live in either North London or South London, right? We get along. And I've said this right before, for the last how many years this has been going on, these lives have been going on for, I've always maintained that point where I'm not saying if it's possible.
Do we get along, or do we just not speak about it?
Do you know what? No, do you know what? I was quite fortunate being, when I grew up in school where it was densely populated between Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, and we got along because we couldn't really get along with the Greek English people. Do you understand? We were considered the outcasts. So
Understood.
if I grew up amongst sort of Turkish Cypriots and even Turks as well to a certain degree, and even Kurds, we all got along. We all grew up together. We all sort of broke bread around the same dinner table. So
you were all ethnics.
There's two issues. There's two things that have allowed you to do that. Okay, and one of them was discussed in a previous live, which was when Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots leaving Cyprus during the period of 1950s onwards left for the same reason. So they had something in common, which I actually kept it in my mind. Okay, and the second one is integration. Nowadays, my son goes to primary school. His best mate is half Lebanese, half Ukrainian, best friend. And his other best friend, second best friend, is half Greek and half Australian. And if he was to live in the 90s, that wouldn't be the case.
I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with that as well.
I grew up in Saudi Arabia. I grew up in Saudi Arabia. My best friends were Jordanian, Syrian, and Indian.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I think I genuinely think there's the whole situation, the whole issue that the island faces today is fear. All right, like
yes,
a lot has happened between both parties on that island where you'll be stupid not to trust the other side. But at the same time, if you look at how we've progressed outside of the country, and how everyone's moving back there now, like surely that should tell you that. Do you know what? Just give it a chance.
See, if everyone was like Osman, we wouldn't have no problem, would we?
I agree.
Right.
This is another thing. Like, there's going to be fanatics everywhere you go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But maybe I'm being overzealous. I'm just sitting here going, I'm not going to ignore any internal struggles between Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots. I want to acknowledge them so we can address them and keep it moving. I do appreciate and completely believe you when you say, we get along like a house on fire. I disagree a little bit in my own views because I have heard both sides not want their children to bring home, a Turk or a Greek for, to marry and things like that. And that's where I start to see the cracks start to show. Do you know what I mean? But this is in England. Yeah.
Did you know, Masuji, did you know that after the war and for many, many years after that, even Greek Cypriots internally between them wouldn't marry a left wing with a right wing.
True. No, it's a good point. But what I'm
They,
saying
they,
is,
they kept blaming each other for what was happening in Cyprus and
but
the coming of Turkey, the invasion how do you call it, of Turkey, let's say. And they wouldn't. They were arguing. They wouldn't accept their son or daughter getting married. They had a lot of differences.
would they allow it now?
Yeah, it's died down now a lot. Yeah, it's
You think if Cyprus joined tomorrow, Turks and Greek would all have a big orgy and get together, and there'll be loads of children?
No. It would take time because our biggest
That's what I'm saying.
difference now is not culture as such; it's language.
Yeah.
This is what I believe anyway.
I'm not trying to disturb this live. I thought it was lovely. I am just giving you my own. I'm exposing myself. Yeah, that's the not in that way, but do you know what I mean? I'm exposing my negativity so it's out there to be poked at and questioned and made a mockery of, because I'm also guilty. Yeah, of having my reservations, and the only way that I can address my downsides is by airing it. Yeah, what I'm aware of, I can control. Yeah, what I'm unaware of controls me. Yeah, and I'm a believer of that. It's an old tactic that counselors will always use. It's about bringing your demons to the forefront so you can address them and move forward. But if you don't, and you just say, no, I'm not a racist, no, I'm not this, no, I'm not that, then you never end up addressing it, and you end up being controlled by it. So I'm airing my own dirty laundry. I have reservations, but I end up coming on these lives passionately because I'm invested in the Cyprus topic. It's a very big part to me and the way I see things, and I love to hear people talk about a humanistic side. Yeah, like when I hear Osman speak, he couldn't be rattled. He was unrattleable. Yeah, he's got his take. Now straight away, he's rattled some Turkish Cypriots, and we've just seen. Do you know what I mean? Even rattled another feminist. We saw that geezer come up and got rattled. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But no, I'm saying.
Ed, did you hear him the way he was talking? He was dealing with Cyprus migration. That's not an easy thing to do.
No,
and as far as I'm concerned, the drones that we're having on top of Cyprus now throwing bomb. Osman, it was on the drone, seeing Turkey, Turkey and Greece in Cyprus and throwing everywhere flowers instead of bombs. That's how I see the whole thing.
Yeah.
The thing that he was saying, it was all about peace.
Yeah, it's right. It's right. And only that attitude, and only that attitude can ever unite that island, even if it's in 100 years. Only that. Because anything short of that just fuels more division. And, and let's be honest, if we want division, if anybody wants sole division, annexation from Turkey and the ROC being independent, then why even come up on a live? Why are we on here? Like,
Well, I was gonna say, Master Gas, we should all like we all need some credit. Everyone who comes to this live, because we donate so much of our time for a solution, to speak to each other for peace. And when Osman comes up, it kind of like justifies everything we do. When we hear these kind of words coming from someone who lives there, someone who was part of the TMT, this is the future. So it's worth it in the end.
The more people that come onto these lives that actually reside in Cyprus from both sides would actually bring a good discussion. And I do agree.
Could I just address something I don't think anyone's spoken about? So if the Turkish side and the Greek side aren't united, what would happen if a conflict happens with either Greece and another country or Turkey and another country, and it would affect the entire of Cyprus? If, let's say, Turkey goes to war with Iran, Israel, and Israel starts bombing the Turkish Cypriot side, what would happen? That I'm just
Great
I just had a
question,
thought.
mate. And anyone know? Does anyone know the answer to that?
well, I think what would happen is what you believe would happen. Right now, it is divided. Right now, it is militarized. Yeah. So right now, the North would be a governance of Turkey, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? So that's just where that side would lie. And I imagine the South. I don't even want to talk for the South. It's not my place to talk for the South and what the South would do. But to be honest with you, I know the South align with Greece. I know they don't see themselves as part of it, but it is their counterpart. Do you know what I mean? So, and I think the recent Israel deal is a little bit of evidence to that. I understand it might not have been that, but you know, people are going to misconstrue it, like any media outlet will misconstrue it, or any person will sit there and go out. Like, look when that boom boom hit Akaturi the other day. Didn't we all just sit here and go, yeah, that's Trump trying to get the UK to allow us to? Do you know what I mean? You just all start running with that conspiracy narrative. It's what you do. So I would imagine if Turkey went against Iran, which I'm yet to see what they're going to do. I'm quite curious as to what they're going to do. But you know what we really have to talk about is who is the bad guy here? Because I actually think it's the high country of everyone.
Definitely.
The Israelis, 100%.
Yeah, they're the bad guys. And
Well,
even
let me come in on that and just answer that question. Hi, guys.
Mm.
Been a bit of a while since we last spoke. It's an interesting question because we're seeing this pan out right now, today. We're seeing the division is being doubled down on. Why? Because Greece and Cyprus has chosen to make their bed with Israel. And that has placed them in a different position, on a different footpath, on a different side of the fence. You have Turkey, you have the Turkish Cypriots, you have Britain. They're holding out. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. They haven't made their bed. They're being very, very careful. Quite astute, quite mature. But Greece and Cyprus have doubled down. They've made their bed. They've made their decision. It's quite obvious whose side they're on. And that means that if and when Iran is capable of actually attacking Cyprus, that is when, you will need to make a choice whether your foreign policy must continue to be against Turkey and your local neighbours, or whether you should continue on the path of the I country.
Yeah, but
That's what you need
Escape,
to figure out.
Escape. How are you linking this to the tri-party alliance? How did the Greek Cypriots make the bet, and this is why they're getting attacked? Because Cyprus is not getting attacked.
Who do you think
Cyprus
Iran's
is
gone
not
to
getting
war
attacked.
with?
Cyprus is not getting attacked. The British bases are getting attacked.
Who do you think Iran has gone to war with?
British, Americans.
No, Iran has gone to war with Israel
Yeah.
and America. Now, at the end of the day, whether Iran doesn't want to conflate the issue, right now they're saying they're going to attack British bases, but they've also American bases, but they've also said that they will attack countries that support the Americans, countries that work with Israel. And unfortunately, that's
No,
the
did
Republic
I
of
don't think
Cyprus.
did they say that work with Israel or just
They
listen?
did.
The way
They
I
did.
see it, I don't know if I'm correct or not, but Iran is pressuring the USA to back down. Not Israel, the USA. They've attacked USA bases all around the area. They attacked hotels in the area which have American interests. Okay, and they've tried to attack, I don't know, I think Turkey as well,
Can I ask a question?
even today. So what's happened is Trump is getting pressured into actually sitting down and talking with the Iranians. Okay, so this is the way I see it. So Cyprus is not getting threatened by Iranians. The USA is. USA is getting pressured. And that's their plan.
I know.
What was the deal with the country? Was it a defence deal?
Yeah, defence deal. They've got a rapid military force, haven't they?
No, but I find that ironic that they sign a deal. Yeah, I'm not trying to dig out the ROC, but I'm just saying look at the irony. This is the I country through and through. Sign a defence deal, we'll protect you. A month later, Yeah, we're going to war. You're with us now.
Yeah,
Mate. Like, do you know
guys,
what I mean? It's like,
guys, they've got. Okay, I
But
understand what you're saying,
but
but
listen to Andreas. Andreas is trying to nullify the Republic of Cyprus's partnership with the iCountry, and he's actually trying to say, "Hey, it's nothing to do with us. It's about America." Guys, you
no,
made your bed.
I'm saying
You made your bed.
I'm saying now with what is happening, the Iran's strategy is to pressure the USA, not to pressure Cyprus or do anything in
But
Cyprus.
does that?
They've attacked the British
But
bases for God's sake.
Andreas, yeah, but you're making it seem that Republic of Cyprus is just being brushed to the side. We don't care about Cyprus. We're attacking Cyprus. We're shooting missiles into their airspace and hitting their land. But
British-based land.
well,
They have sovereignty over that land.
listen.
Yeah,
Today another missile was fired. Okay,
Turkey to
and
Turkey.
no, it wasn't to Turkey. It was fired towards either Crete or Cyprus. Okay, that was a trajectory. But the Turks felt that it might have impeded on Turkish airspace, so it was shot down in advance. But that was coming your way,
Okay.
you know? So, that's the reality of the
So
situation.
did you trace it back to landing in Cyprus or landing in the British
Well,
bases?
there's been two analysis of the situation. We don't know the full results. But
Andreas is right, Escape. Yeah, in the terms that, like, let's call the situation what it really is. The only pew just came over. The only boom boom was directly at very specific boom boom. Yeah, but everybody say boom boom. Yeah, and it went to the British bases. So
And we
therefore,
were actually really lucky they had a good shot.
I know, but but I have got a question for that. And I'm just asking generically to everyone, I guess. If you sign a defense deal, to say if something happens to us, we want you to defend us, doesn't that mean that you also have to be in alliance with their defense also?
yeah, it's a tripatriate. Yeah.
So
And we stood out of that. Did we say we're going to join them?
well, but that's the question I'm asking. If asked, can you say no?
Can we? With what?
That's what I'm asking. Can you
With
say no?
bananas?
Because you want their defense.
What are we going to go with?
You can't ask
Yeah.
their defense and then not defend them.
What are we going to go with?
No, they
Bananas.
might want to use your land. They might want to use your land.
They are using the land. They're going to the British bases.
Okay, so then
What-
you're
what
part
other
of your,
land-
so,
what
but
do we
then that
have?
puts you in danger if they want to start throwing over some boom booms.
Yeah, we didn't tell them to go there. But they do have the option to
That's
go
what
there
I'm
because they
saying.
spoke with the British.
But that's no, you're missing the point. What I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you sign a defense deal, you're saying if something happens to us, if Turkey comes for us, or they try to advance across, or anybody comes for us, you're going to defend us, right? And our country saying, yeah, we've signed the deal. You are protected. Now all of a sudden, they've decided to go into war with Iran, yeah? And now they're saying, you know what? Strategically in this war, we're going to need your land to plant some stuff. Forget the British bases. We're going to come over and we're going to need some of your land. That puts your people in danger straight away. So
But
what's
that's not going to
wrong-
happen. Why would they need to come over to Cyprus to put their fucking
It
little fucking
already
plans?
has. There's Israeli SAM sites that are ready to shoot down any drones coming over.
Ed,
who's
can I
that to
just
protect?
say,
Israel,
guys,
is it?
Can I just say something quickly? Because I'm actually really angry with Turkey right now. And I'll tell you why. And it's going to shock some people. But I actually think Turkey, as an official guarantor power of the island of Cyprus, should have put out a press release and should have announced that they're going to offer some sort of troop or some sort of military assistance to safeguard the island. I think Turkey should have done that as a guarantor power, not France. I don't know.
But they don't recognise the ROC, so why would they do that?
But we are guaranteeing the safety of the island, not your government. You know,
With the island, who? Of
course.
Which side?
Well,
Which
the whole
side? So
island.
The
We should-
guarantor,
we should
so it would
guarantee
whole
the
island,
safety of the
or
whole
all
island.
the people on
But
it?
it's the same said, Escape, I would support you on that. Likewise, when the Greeks actually did come, and they're also guarantors, aren't they?
Exactly, Greece.
So,
I'm
they're
assuming.
just as bad.
So let me confirm something. Is Greece there as a guarantor power, or are they there because of a military agreement with the ROC?
They're
No.
as friends of the as close allies as of the ROC.
Okay.
The Rapid Response Force, as I'm reading now and having a quick look at it, the strategic objective of that is initiative serves to defend joint maritime energy projects such as pipelines, cables against regional challenges. It doesn't say anything about helping each other at war.
Greece joining this war then, yeah?
No, they came to defend. They didn't come to join the war, I don't think. I hope not.
Well, this is what I'm trying to get at. This is why I loved Osman earlier on so much. He has a way of calming it down. I'm trying to find my way to say what I'm saying without it coming across as an attack to ROC or Greece. It's not that. I'm trying to understand the actual word of alliances and allegiances. Yeah. So if you look, this war is all to do with Israel. No one can deny that. Israel wanted them attacked. They hit one of their Iran's UN places, embassies, and then all of a sudden they just got pelted from Iran. And then what did America come and do? Threw a couple over to say, hold your corner, stop getting big for your boots. They come to their defense. It wasn't the other way around. So this is Israel that's done this. Now Trump has gone over there without the backing of his own Congress, yeah, which is what he seems to be doing. So he's literally gone on a rogue war. Now, being that the case, it's too late to retract. Even if he was to be impeached and go, you step down now, you're under arrest for what you're doing. Sorry, Iran, we didn't mean it. It's too late. Yeah, you can't undo that bag anymore. So now we have to see it through, right? So if you see it through, there's no way they're going to take that island down from the air. We all know that. It's too big, yeah? And boots on the ground is even too big. So being that the case, how does this resolve, right? Now, all of a sudden, you've got America is pissed off with Britain because Britain's saying, no, we don't want to... Right, I'm echoing.
Yeah, continue.
I can't hear. I can hear myself. Afos, just mute for a minute, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna jump for Shahin on this one.
Thank you.
Shahin, if you want to come up
So
and deal with
all I'm
Afos.
saying is, again, listen, I'm just giving a bit of context, yeah, so you can see where my mind's going, and I hope you understand. This is just a question. So now that's the case, and it has to be seen through. Alliances come into play. Now, the alliance was for Greece and the ROC to have protection. Well, mute for a moment, yeah, thanks. Have a protection. But now, wouldn't that suggest you can't say no to backing them if needed? And it kind of brings you... I'm not saying you've done it yet, but I'm saying, is there a get-out clause?
You're treating this alliance, Rapid Response Force, as an allegiance between the three countries to cover each other and help them during war. That's not the case. The strategic, as reading about it, the strategic objective is to defend joint maritime energy projects such as pipelines, cables against regional challenges, and that's it.
Right, that was my first question. That's what I'm trying to understand, Andres. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a defense allegiance then to be defended if you was ever attacked or anything. It wasn't that.
As far as I know, no. As far as I know, I'm not an expert in it.
Guys, apologies. I didn't want to go off on one. I was just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand the dynamic.
But if you go back to 2011, when Cyprus has found some gas in the area, we did have issues with Turkey back then, and that was the initiation of the talks and discussions to do this, to get this done.
What has France got to do
this
with
has been
this?
ongoing since 2011.
Andres, what has France got to do with it?
France, I don't know what France has to do with it, but they came to the rescue. I don't think we called them and asked them for help.
Interesting. They're just trying to get involved, are they?
Probably. Same as Italy, same as Germany, same as Greece, same as I don't know who else.
Could I just bring something up, right? So, from my understanding, Israel and Cyprus, they have an agreement that Israeli refugees from the war can come over because there's already been mass migration of Israelis coming to Cyprus.
I can answer you. But by the way, guys, I'm living 1 kilometer from the British bases, and when we got the attack, it was hell. Now you are talking about Israel. I know that you hate Israelis. We are a peaceful country, Cyprus. We are here to protect everyone. and first will protect the Turkish Cypriots. The problem is Turkey and all the mess that is happening in the region. We know that Turkey is controlling Hezbollah, and what is happening now is controlled by Turkey.
Basically, you're anti-Turkish and anti-Muslim.
I'm not anti-Turkey, I'm not anti-Muslim, I love everyone.
Turkey
But
controlling
you are
Hezbollah is a new
biased,
one.
you don't understand that we are living in a
Athos,
crazy
Turkey has never
situation.
been involved in Hezbollah. It's Iranian.
Turkey was never involved with
Hezbollah's
Hezbollah,
got
okay.
absolutely nothing to do with
You
Turkey.
need to Google it, my friend.
You sound
you be Googling too
who
much.
wants to blame Turkey for everything.
You sound like a typical whatever British-born Cypriot that you don't understand anything. You are living in London in safety and you don't understand the physics of the area.
Andreas,
I don't live in
Briscoe, do you
London.
think Turkey's
I
got
come home
anything
every
to do
year.
with
I have plenty
Hezbollah?
of family there. Don't restrict the touch.
No,
Is everyone echoing?
You need
This
to
guy,
be
bro, he's
able
chatting
to
shit.
listen to the other side.
Listen, guys. Okay,
Andreas.
Someone
Athos.
echoing. I think Athos is
It's
echoing.
Yeah,
Athos
probably.
echoing.
Okay,
Andreas,
Athos.
do you truly believe that
No,
Turkey's got
no, I don't agree.
anything
I don't
to do with
agree.
Hezbollah?
Listen, I don't agree with what Athos is saying. But then again, Athos is just saying something from his own perception, right? So if he believes in something, he will say this is his belief.
Yeah.
Athos, can you restart your app and come back in a minute?
Now,
I can't hear anyone.
Now, saying that, if the Greek Cypriots are wary of Turkey, as we all know that they are, okay, they would think things like that, no?
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't dispute people's feelings. I'm just wanting to find out about the actual facts on the ground.
What
I mean,
Athos
right
was
now,
saying, what Athos was
even-
saying about being 1 kilometer away from the British bases. Yes, there was an uproar yesterday or today about how the British handled the situation. They haven't even given any notice to the Greek Cypriots that were living in the area. So they were slammed by the Greek Cypriot government of not notifying us in time. There was we've done some measures today. The government announced that they were going to do a test. The sirens were going to go off today at 7 o'clock as a test measure, and we were all going to get a message, an SMS. that didn't go very well.
everyone's unalive, and then the message goes off.
Yeah, look. First of all, I think the cables were probably eaten by rats, so there was no sirens.
Oh wow! How can that happen? You're a cat island, man. There should be no rats on that fucking island.
To be fair, the sirens must be dusty by now, to be fair, Andreas, because haven't been used.
Something went wrong there. And the SMSs that we got, the actual tone that was placed, I don't know if any was placed, was actually a normal tone, a messaging tone. That if there was an alert that something went
you
wrong,
would ignore that basically.
we wouldn't even listen. I didn't even see the message come through. I was in Romania a couple of years ago, and in Romania they do alerts with because they have a big issue with bears in the mountains. So if a bear goes into the road, there's a messaging alert coming from the government in that area, whoever's in that area, that's to be careful because there's a bear. Okay. And when I was on holiday, I got this message, and fuck me, I got really how do you say it, anxious. But by the way that my phone just started beeping.
Yeah.
But the one that Cyprus has done today was, I don't know, it was a failure, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're not meant for war. We don't want
we
war.
are learning, right?
We're not ready for war. We don't want war. That's basically my point. We're not.
Of course, we are a peaceful country. We don't want war. We need peace.
I
but
agree.
we are living in a crazy area.
Yeah, of course. Did the drone that hit Akrotiri come from Turkey?
It came from Lebanon. Came from Lebanon.
I know where it come from. Want to wind up?
Don't put stupid ideas out there, you said.
No, it came from Lebanon. I know that it came from
No,
Lebanon.
man, you mistaken. It came from Turkey, bro.
No, it came from Lebanon. I know.
Oh, did it?
But
Okay.
what is happening? What we see in the social media the last day is that Turkish people are making fun of us for no reason. They're making fun of people
in the media.
Of course.
What's he saying in the media?
I ain't seen any
My
of that.
friends, when you have the earthquake,
No, it's
in
interesting.
Turkey,
No, I want to know.
when I will tell you something.
Yeah.
When someone is bleeding, you are not stabbing him.
Has anyone
When you
else
had
seen
the
this?
earthquake in Turkey,
No.
Cyprus proposed
Andreas, have you
Turkey
seen
to
this?
help.
What was that? What did you hear
Have
that?
you seen the Turkish taking the piss out of the Cypriots?
I thought where was that said?
Open Twitter, open Facebook, whatever social media,
The
and you'll
actual
see what
news
is
Ah,
going
the
sources,
on.
not
comment,
social
people's
media.
comments.
Oh, you're
Of
talking
course,
about
Oh my
social media,
God,
not
seriously, bro.
actual
Wow.
news
of
outlets.
course,
Wow.
Yeah,
of
but
course.
And if I
okay,
But
post
so
a picture standing in
even
Famagusta right now,
if
every
even
comment in the bottom is going to say stolen land, 74, murderers, blah, 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 blah. PA, seriously, mate.
don't open that discussion now. We are
No, it's
talking
the
about
same
You've
thing. What do you
opened
mean
it by
don't
saying
open
that
that
it's Turkish
discussion?
we are
fault.
talking about it
Let me explain to
yesterday.
Athos. Let me explain to Athos. Athomo, what is happening in the social media and the messages that are going on and the ones that you're reading? It's just tit for tat. It's just
it's
banter.
trolls. It's trolls. That's what
It's
it is.
trolling.
It's just trolls. Exactly what it is.
So if someone wants to voice something, they usually speak it, and usually in all comments, whatever happens, and there's an announcement of something, people that comment usually like to comment negative things. So you get more negativity from comments than positivity, because the positive ones will not be voiced. This is psychology.
That's why we
101.
have trolls in here as well. They're here
Yeah,
to
Exactly.
I'm sure when Tatar was on
Now,
tour aiming
saying
for a two-state, the trolls are coming out. Look at this
saying
Tatar.
What are you
Look what
saying
he's
talking
about the
about,
done.
Gas?
Israelis,
We're
It's
getting
just
trolled now on
trolling.
the
That's
panel,
what
talking
bro.
about the Israelis and the ROC
Master
that
Gas,
signed
we're
an
getting
agreement,
trolled on the panel, bro. What are you on about?
and
Look,
talking about
you
going
need
back
to
to the
understand
Israelis.
something about the physics.
I ain't
About
understanding shit,
when we
bro.
are
You're
talking about
talking
Israel.
crap.
Cyprus is a very small country. It's less than 1 million.
Brother, can I
We
say
don't
something?
have
Athos?
anyone supporting us except Greece. Some of the governments of Greece.
What the hell?
Most of them are fucked up,
And
and we
about
have
Athos.
Turkey against us. That is
What
crazy.
did Turkey do today, bro? They shot down a missile that was
Alex,
potentially
it
heading
doesn't
to
matter.
Cyprus or Greece.
It don't matter. He is of the caliber that I've told you all several times that you ain't gonna change his mind.
Yeah.
And
He
yeah,
hasn't really
and
said
we,
anything harsh, Athos. What
Are
has
you
he
being
said that's
serious,
harsh?
bro?
He's
What's he
detracting
said
from
that's
the
harsh?
actual
Athos,
I
man,
believe
stop
that people
mute,
can live
unmuting so
in
we can
peace.
talk.
It sounds like
His
Athos
echo,
and
his
Sophia
He
echo
was
on the
is
saying
same
so
something.
page.
He was
crazy,
talking
bro.
about trolls. I mean, look. I mean, let him speak, man.
Yeah,
You
bro,
know, I
but
mean,
he's come
people just
up
always get
and he's
interrupted in
spreading
here when they talk.
misinformation.
What is he
The way
spreading?
he
This
said it
misinformation.
is it's like it's coming out of Turkey and the government. He
Alex,
wasn't
it's his
He said something
opinion.
about Hezbollah,
Crystal,
but
do you believe
and then
in
he's
freedom
saying
of
on here
speech?
about Hezbollah and Turkey's controlling Hezbollah. Are you being
It's
serious, Crystal?
Alex.
You
Listen.
better
yeah,
put that
well,
mask
he
back
may
on,
be
Crystal.
incorrect. That
Slip
doesn't make him an
it.
arsehole. Why
Guys,
does everyone, every individual, like every time you come on here, one person is just picked on by everyone else?
No, it's because
It's
you're
quite
piping up
embarrassing,
and
to be
talking
honest.
shit.
okay, Cristomo, hang a
You
second.
are not
To
letting
be
me
quite
talk,
honest,
and
we
you
was
are
having a
Alex,
lovely
interrupting the
live
time.
earlier on. There
So
was none
it's
of this.
okay. It's okay.
It's
What
a
is
belief.
embarrassing is that Turkey has took 5 days to decide what they're going to fucking do. They
But now
fucking
you're
hate
just
Israel, they
now
hate
you're
Iran. What are they going to fucking decide?
I don't believe they
Yeah?
hate Iran.
A load of shit, mate.
yes, they're bad, isn't it, bro?
Guys, if someone voices a view, it just opens up a discussion. Let's have like a normal discussion and see what he has to say and see how we're gonna like tackle it, if you know what I mean.
Everyone just take their feelings out of it.
Yeah, just try and like
Let's
relax
speak
and just let the
rationally.
guy talk, and maybe he will learn something today. Maybe he won't.
I don't know what we're going to do about Athos' microphone, though.
Yeah,
Because
it's got to
every
go.
time
It's
he
your
unmutes.
problem, bro. I don't want him to drop because it's
Yeah, I
important
want
to
to
have
hear it
him
as
on
well.
there. But how are we going to get a live done through that echo? It's crazy.
Tell him to
Yeah.
switch his phone
Anyway,
on and off.
until he sorts out his
That's right.
microphone. There was something said earlier about the ROC signing an agreement for having Israelis come to the ROC during war.
Yeah, I was trying to understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, from my experience, Israelis don't want to be away from Israel during war. They want to go back, and that's what has happened last year, and this is what's happening now as well. If you know what I mean. They feel safer in Israel than they do in
Listen, my only
another
gripe
country.
with Israel is obviously their regime on what they're doing in their land, and you know what I mean, they're picking fights with bigger people than them because they know they have the backing of America. They're my only two gripes. Yeah, I've got no hatred towards Israelis in general, because that would just be racist. It's not that. It's their regime. I think they should be sanctioned hard for what they do until they act right, and then the sanctions lifted. And I think they need to stop picking fights with people that they can't back. Now, they've brought America over to that region of the world, and America have done it without even talking to anyone in their own Congress or anything. So what happens is no one in Cyprus has done wrong. No one. Not Turkey even, not Greece, not anyone. But they're here now. And now, all of a sudden, the question of allegiances come up, if it comes up. I'm not saying it's
And
there.
this is why I'm getting frustrated.
That's
guys.
not all I'm asking. It's
It
not
shouldn't
a
come up.
personal thing.
That's the thing. It shouldn't come up.
This is why I'm getting frustrated, because it's got nothing to do with Greek Cypriots, Turkish Cypriots, or Turkey.
Exactly.
We've all been dragged into Israel and America's problem.
Yes, bro.
Can we not forget the UK in this though?
And the
You know what, though,
UK.
Sophia?
does a
The kind of
massive
rates
part
are
in it.
mad at the
And then you've
moment.
got people like Christo making the comments he's making. Why hasn't Turkey come out? Bro, Turkey, I'm not sticking up for them, but they've got to look out for their own interest. They're a country of 90 million people. They're not going to care about Cyprus. We already know that they're.
Well, why the fuck are we talking about this then? And what are you
brought it
fucking
up.
picking
I'm
on
just
me for
addressing
then, mate?
something.
You just sit there picking on every fucking person in it.
Who's picking
All
on
the
who
fucking
here?
time,
Why
mate.
when someone
You bring in
disagrees
your
with
little
you, do you
fucking
feel like
trolls
being
with your
targeted?
fake accounts, yeah, to create more fucking shit, mate. You're a big fucking shit stirrer, mate.
Who?
You love the sound of your own voice. You're a fucking melt. Fuck off.
Wow, like that.
Whoa, what's going on here, man?
Christo, that's an awful sign off, bro. Come on.
Okay, someone didn't have sex today.
He's having a bad day, yeah.
It needs to go and fucking leave himself.
Listen, I don't know.
What the hell was that all about?
No,
I don't
listen, you just picked up on
Alex just
something.
confused.
Try Alex. Just try and be a little bit more relaxed when you hear someone else's views. Just let him finish and get to his point, and try and tackle it in a normal way. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're better now, bro. Go on.
Okay. Look, when you visit Cyprus, I need to make you supla. But
Go on.
okay, look, you need to understand the physics on the ground. It's something that you are living in London. I understand this. Britain is a safe country.
Not
You don't
everyone lives in
understand
London.
Andreas, you got a really loud mic. We can just about hear him, Andreas. That's it. Yeah.
different. It's different, the physics on the ground. We are living in a crazy neighborhood. We have very few friends, very few
Yes.
people that can help us survive this crazy situation.
You are right, actually.
We don't want to kill anyone. We don't want war. I said in the beginning that we are a peaceful people.
True.
We are a peaceful country, but we are forced to spend a lot of money on arms, on creating an army that will be able to protect us.
Mm.
We are not perfect. We are not USA. We are not Israel. We are not
Oh,
whatever.
you just picked the
but we
most
are
two
common.
unperfect people with USA and Israel. God, yeah.
But if you think about, you are a Turkish Cypriot, if you think about USA and Israel, they're the best friends of Turkey before Erdogan.
Yeah, there was once upon a time ago, yeah.
Israel was the first Muslim country that recognized Israel was Turkey.
Listen,
Turkey
there's
was
a
the biggest army in NATO after US.
We
bro.
all
You
make
had
mistakes.
Incirlik there. Now
Listen,
you
there's
change
a statue.
Erdogan.
There's a statue of Kemal Atatürk in Israel. I'm under no illusion of this. But what I'm saying is that look, we all need to be sanctioned for wrongdoing. Like, okay, look, the TRNC is sanctioned, right? The North is sanctioned because in the Greek Cypriot eyes, it's occupied territory. Okay, another story. But you know what they're doing over there is 10 times worse. You know, it's another Germany, the way they're doing things over there. And there's no sanctions for them. Okay. And what needs to happen is they need to be sanctioned to a point where they stop doing what they're doing. And then everyone can play happy families again. No problems after that stops. But what's happening is they're doing what they're doing and then they're being rewarded for it. And then on top of the rewarding for it, they're throwing bombs at people and they're getting backed up for that too. And then they're signing deals with everyone. It's not a dig on anyone per se. It's a dig on them. And it's not hatred towards, hating Zionists or Israelis or anything like that. It's, well, you can do, yeah, but I'm just talking about, do you know what? Imagine if you're a Jewish person that does not agree with that regime. How hard would it be to live in this world today? Do you know what I
Incredibly
mean?
hard, but there is a difference between a Jewish person and a Zionist.
100%.
What you said earlier about Israel, and you don't wish any I have to, and this might be my black and white ASD thinking.
What did I
have
say?
to hard disagree.
What did I say? I don't wish any harm on them.
You don't wish any harm on Israelis as a people.
No, I didn't
but
say
having
that. I never
seen-
said that.
What was it you were saying then?
No, I just said I don't agree with them, and I think they should be sanctioned. I think they should be landed on 10 times what they've been doing to those poor people. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're not being sanctioned or punished for what they're doing. They're being rewarded. Okay,
Yeah.
they
when
are
you compare that to like Putin, for example, how much he got sanctioned when stuff
Yeah.
started with Ukraine.
Yeah.
I personally, and this may not go down well with other people, but I ain't looking for approval. I want Iran to flatten Israel.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because from what I understand, from things I've seen of actual real people and the statistics coming out of that country of Israel, let me take the 14% of them that are decent people, but the 86% of them who openly say they want to have every single Muslim in the area slaughtered. They want to kill I've seen videos of Israelis saying they will unalive
Did you
babies
visit
to
Israel?
ensure that you can't grow up and make more of Palestinians. They need to go. And if Iran's going to be the ones to
Yeah, they
it,
do.
as long as they
You're
don't
right, they do.
damage Cyprus and damage people in Cyprus, if they want to take the fucking bases out and get the UK off the island.
There's one. Listen, Sophia. There's one thing that Iran has as a strategy now, and that's to cause chaos, and is to pressure the Americans into stopping what they're doing. And the reason they're choosing the Americans over the Israelis is because they don't feel like they can stop the Israelis because they see them as the
Because they're
initiators.
because they're lawless.
Yes, whereas the
completely-
Americans would be more easy to back down, and this is what they're actually doing. It was today I was reading Al Jazeera today earlier, and there was an article saying a point that said that Netanyahu had an issue with Trump and wanted some explanation as to why the US is having secret talks with Iran today. So obviously the USA is probably feeling the pressure to stop what they're doing and return to normality.
It will never happen.
What?
It will never happen because do you know if women have rights in Iran? Do you know how they treat them? It's ridiculous to hear you are blaming Sophia and dear Israel, but women
Sorry, I missed that.
have rights in Israel. They don't have in Iran.
Nerea
If you
Athomo,
go in Iran, you will be nothing.
that's all. You're talking about
Zero,
women.
less than a
Athomo,
slave.
you're talking about women's rights, Reato, but is that Israel's point?
Okay,
Motive?
I will tell you something.
No, but look at no, but
Why
hold
is
on,
it-
no,
can I
no,
just
no.
interrupt
I've
for
got
one
to
second?
stop
Can I
that
just
for a
say one
minute
thing?
because you're talking
Why
about
is
women's
it-
rights over human life. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Not even that. Why is it because I'm a woman and I've mentioned my views that don't align with yours, then suddenly I need to start thinking about women's rights? What do you do on your day-to-day basis in Cyprus to protect women's rights?
Like, imagine what about Palestinian women's rights? Where's their rights? There you go, good one, lazy crazy. It's true because listen, are you a dad? Are you a father,
They
Afos?
they don't have rights in the Palestinian area. They have in the Israeli area. This is what I'm
Why
trying
do you
to
think
tell
that
you.
is? I wonder.
Bro.
Of course.
Is that acceptable?
I went to Israel a lot of times. I worked for an Israeli high tech company.
Oh,
No, it makes sense now. It makes
okay.
sense.
That all makes
I work
perfect sense.
with Jewish, with Christians, Israelis, and Muslim Israelis. I work with Druze that they serve in the Israeli army. And for me, that was back in 2010 when I joined that company. It was strange because I knew that from the media. That,
Do
Yeah,
Palestinians have a
having
right
blood
to
money
exist,
going to your
bro?
bank account must be strange.
Bruv, do Palestinians have a right to exist? Do they have a right to live?
everybody have a right to exist.
And are they getting a right to live?
My friend, they attack in October 7.
They started way
My
before October 7.
God,
Don't be
my
so naive.
God.
Fucking
Is that where
the
your
way that
history
you're.
starts from?
Ugh.
My friend, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I will tell you
No,
something else.
do you know
Now,
what? Your
if
2 minutes of uneducated drivel is going to make me lose my mind.
No, you'll not lose your mind. I will tell you another example. I'm supporting
I don't want to
Palestinians.
hear it because
No,
clearly
you
you're
lose your
you're
mind.
You need to
aligned
hear
with the
the
Zionists. You've
other
had
side
blood
as
money
well.
paid into your account over the years when you've worked for them. It happened way before October 7th. You're naive and you're uneducated.
Yeah,
I'm
100%, bro.
uneducated because I don't agree with you. This is a
No, because you
nice
don't have
thing.
any idea about the actual
No,
history of
because
Palestine.
you don't
I
agree with
don't.
humanity, bro.
I will tell you something else.
Go
Let's
on.
say a crazy Greek Cypriot with his friends tomorrow will go wild, like the Palestinian in October 7, and will go on the north side and start killing people. What you'll say? This is what happened in October 7.
You
No.
do not
You're
have a single fucking idea what has happened to the Palestinians since the UK decided to hand over land that was not theirs to fucking give. The way that you oh my God,
Yeah, educate me.
you're fucking infuriating.
Listen, bro,
Educate me.
Afos. You may not see this, yeah, but I remember, yeah, must have been, it was before the October 7th, whatever the date was, right? Before that. I remember it was Ramadan. I'll never forget this. I remember a video come up on my feed on Facebook, and I remember they was in the mosque praying. And I remember the IDF soldiers going in there and causing carnage, like absolute carnage. This was way before October 7th. I remember that. I remember seeing that. What was the reason for that, my bro? Why did they do that?
Look, I'm not supporting anyone. I
You
want
kind
to
of
be
are.
You're
You
making
kind of are.
excuses for the
I'm
oppressors
telling
and the
you,
ones
I'm
creating
telling you
genocide.
what I know because I work with Muslim, with Jewish, and with Christian that they were working together and they were living their life together.
Yeah, but it's not about religion. Nothing is. It's not. This isn't religion.
This is coming
This
off very,
is
I'm not
about a
racist, no black
regime.
friends.
It's about a regime. It's not religion. Okay, it's a regime. Like, look, some you might sit there and go, Iran, Muslim country, women can't do this, but there's other Muslim countries where they can. It's not about religion. It's about a regime, and everybody has a right to live. Everybody has a right to survive in this world. Everyone has a place in this world as important and as rightly so as the trees and the stars, my friend. Like, what I'm saying to you is, if people act wrong, they get sanctioned. International law. That you believe in international law, my friend. So that if they've been doing wrong and they should be sanctioned, they shouldn't be signing
Why we
deals
don't
with you.
have these problems in UAE? Why we don't have these problems in Jordan? Why we don't have even in Egypt?
You tell me, why do you think they're not unaliving people there? Why? Go on.
Why we have these problems in Pakistan? Why we have these problems in Iran? And why we have this with Palestinians?
So you're now saying that you don't have any knowledge about the history of the world at all when it comes to what the West is to the East. How old are you?
Educate me, 42.
Oh, mate, you're 42 and you don't have a fucking clue. You're only a couple of years younger. You're a couple of years older than me. You have no excuses. You have time to sit on TikTok. You have time to learn about the world.
Yeah, I'm telling you, educate me.
Bro, listen,
It's not my job to educate you.
Now you agree, Andreas. I should have shut him down, yeah?
Right.
Yes, a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Well, I tried that at the very beginning because I could see through this guy 100%, you know. He's just,
He
I
started
mean,
with bringing Turkey into it. It was pretty fucking given that what is.
well, yeah, the Hezbollah and Turkey link. was
God
the
help
giveaway.
talking about the Cyprus problem with my guy. God help talking even going down that road. Like, if you're thinking that it's okay,
I don't
for them
normally
to
shut
do that.
people down straight away. I normally like agree to disagree, but I literally smelt this guy from the very beginning, and that's why it wasn't even worth listening to him. When you're linking Turkey to Hezbollah, and I'm saying this, I'm not even a Turkey fan. I don't even defend Turkey most of the time. I criticize Turkey, and I'm defending them here. To link Turkey to Hezbollah, and the way you link them, and then the way you try to manipulate the panel by saying, "Oh, things coming out of Turkey," and then it transpires it's people in the comments. I mean, dude, you for 42 years old, you need to grow up, mate.
I can't imagine getting that fucking wet from the West. What is it about the West that makes you so like, oh, I've got to believe everything they fucking tell me?
I don't know, man. Listen, I
You are
feel
saying that because I don't agree with you.
No,
I'm
because you're starting
wrong.
shit. It's if you were coming here with any
But you are
actual
saying
informed
shit.
opinion, if
You
you
are
were
saying
coming
What is she?
here
What
with an
is what she's
informed
saying is shit? Which
opinion,
part of it?
You are telling me what you heard in the street about Palestinian
No, she's
history,
telling you
about
facts.
whatever.
You're getting your
from
stuff
the
off the street.
Israelis,
What
which is
facts you
easy
are?
to
okay.
access
So
online.
if it's heard in the street, Athos, why is MrYahoo.com considered an international? Is the criminal? Why is he a war criminal? Why is he considered by the ICJ and everybody else? Why is this? If it's in the street, why is it your own? You know, all the world's know this except for the big boys, and he's untouchable. Yeah, because they are financially entwined into most societies, and that's been their bigger plan from the very beginning. But that the whole point of this, yeah, like what I tell you what it is, you're meant to come onto social media and try and read between the lines of what the general media is trying to show us. Yeah, so you're meant to come on here and do a bit of education and see if you can find some semblance of truth. But the only truth that you've told us so far that you see on your social media is Turkey's controlling Hezbollah. Yeah, like you're not really coming on here and showing us any truth. And in fact, what you're doing is you're saying that what they're doing is perfectly fine because it's all to do with Hamas and the Palestinians don't have a right. They've got to just take it. But you're not thinking straight, bro. You got to think from a humanistic point of view. Yeah, you already said it yourself. You're a peaceful people. Be peaceful. Yeah, show some peace in your demeanor. Like, be peaceful.
I can be peaceful, but I'm talking about facts.
You're not
So-
though.
We're
That's
saying
the
about
issue,
we're
mate.
talking
Fucking
about
hell.
we're talking about
What's
the Turkey
factual then?
killing
Let's
Kurds.
Athos,
We're
let's break
saying
it down. What part of what you're saying is factual then? Let's go. Which parts?
Let's talk about Kurds that Turkey is
No,
killing.
let's stick to the current subject because that's gonna be another story. What's factual then?
Let's talk about the Druze that Israel is protecting in Syria.
I'm going to sign off on this guy like Christo in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
It's okay. It's okay.
bro. Do you know what, man? I feel sorry for you a little bit. Yeah, like I want to see you.
I'm feeling sorry for you as well, but it's
I
okay.
do. I feel a bit
Wow.
sorry for you. I feel like it must be nice to live in that bubble, but bro, man, like, are you a father? Are you a father? You have children, yeah?
Brother, the bubble is in London. You are living in London.
Yeah, it's that
protecting
Cypriot
the-
mentality, man.
Yes,
Superior,
British
fucking
born
knows better,
Cypriot.
looks
Yes,
down at us
I
because we're
am
from
British
Britain.
born Cypriot.
We're
Now let
from
me
the
tell you something.
diaspora.
Watch
It's
this.
easy-
I can
it's easy to look down
cuss
to
my
the
own
native
country, bro.
Cypriots.
I can cuss my country. I can say Britain are a fucking bunch
Yeah,
of
it's people
arseholes
like
for
you
what
with
they
that
done. Can you do the
mentality.
same if they
It's
do
people
wrong?
like you in Cyprus with that mentality is why the island's still divided, mate. It's people like us in the diaspora that really
mentality-
genuinely care and want a solution.
Which mentality? I talk about peace. I talk about this.
God,
So
don't you
it's
talk
okay.
about peace. You're deluded.
You are deluded, my friend. You don't
I'm
understand
deluded.
the
You've
facts.
just
You
just
don't
embarrassed
understand the
yourself on a
facts.
whole live talking
really.
skada. You've not made one valid point at all. Not one.
Yeah,
And
like,
it's
Single
people
valid
like that,
point.
which is
Your
why this
valid point is
continues.
that I don't agree with you.
No, it's not even that because I genuinely agree to disagree. But with you, that's gone out the window. That went out the window in the first 30 seconds you came up.
when you was echoing like you was a
Because I
DJ.
talk about facts.
You
Like he's in
talk
the
about
fucking
facts,
arse of
yeah? Are
Israel.
your facts are based on that you
On
said
social-
that you linked Turkey.
What he got on his Facebook page? He said it already.
You linked Turkey to Cyprus and them taking the piss out of Cyprus, but it transpires that was people doing tit for tat between the communities, which is a usual thing. It would happen on anything. You put a picture up of Istanbul, look at the comments. You put a picture up of Greece, look at the comments. Yeah, so that was your facts.
It's a shame this
So I'm going
live
to take
has
you
got-
serious
has gone
based
this
on
way.
that.
Soft must agree. Is it not a shame that this live has gone this way, bro? Considering how beautiful it was earlier and what was being spoke about, you know, people.
Usual stuff, Master Gas. You know how it goes.
Mad.
We were doing pretty well. We were doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I still, to be honest, I didn't understand where Athos is standing right now.
Yeah.
I still don't get it, man. What is he saying? I don't really understand.
I don't think he understands.
Is this about Cyprus? Is it about Israel? What are we talking about?
It's
I'll
just
let him
about in
explain it.
the Greek
Let him
culture
explain it,
bias, that's
Sophia.
all.
Let him explain it. Let him try and sell it to Soft Bezos. Sell it to Soft Bezos.
I don't want to sell anything. I'm saying my opinion. It's okay. If you want to, not if you don't want to
No,
buy.
no. It's not your opinion because, like you said, you're stating facts, quote unquote. I'm quoting you. You said it's facts, and when we asked you what are these facts, you haven't given us a direct answer. I mean, Master Gas asked you, what about the human rights of the women in Palestine? You turned around and said, well, the Israeli side, the women have rights. But hold on a minute. The women in Palestine are suffering because of that very same regime.
They're losing babies.
You
bro.
read between the
Babies.
lines.
Babies, man. When has ever babies been part of this war, man? Been part of the thing called life? They're the ultimate civilians, like babies.
Let's
You
move
know,
it on.
there are Israeli Muslims.
Oh,
Oh,
like
good.
you can't
Oh, here
even
we go.
acknowledge.
Forget
You
the
cannot
Israelis.
even acknowledge what is
Mate,
going
it's
on
like he's
without
skipping
trying
off
to
the
turn it
point.
Hey, Frost, I
around.
think you should move to
Let's
Israel.
Yeah,
let's
explain,
say hi to
No,
Nico.
man.
How you doing, Nico?
Nico.
How's it?
Fucking spunk stain of Israel, you are.
Not you, Nico.
Yeah, let's move it
Yeah,
on.
not sorry, that weren't at you. That was at the twat up there.
Sorry, my
And I'm
bad.
sorry
The
if
reason
people
I
think I have an
joined.
attitude, but I will always be myself. And if people don't
Nah,
like my
you spoke
attitude,
well,
you can always kick
Sophia.
me off
Well,
the live,
fair
but I'll say
play
what
to
the
you.
fuck I like.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Andreas
As you
gave it a
should.
good go. Bless Gassy
Let Nico
tried.
speak, guys. Let Nico speak. Sorry, go on, Nico.
Even
Sorry, it
Soft
was just a
gave
quick
up.
comment. It was just a quick comment. My bad. I got a phone call on the thing. That's why I went on mute. But no, someone had mentioned a point regarding to I think it was Athos's point, basically saying like that's the reason why there will never be like a solution to the Cyprus problem. And someone said us as like the people of the children of the diaspora that are doing more of an effort that actually want a genuine solution. I was like, you know what? I'm not the only one that's saying it, so I just wanted to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I said it.
Because
It's true.
it is true.
Alex said
Because
that.
people like him
Yeah,
have
well
that
done.
mentality in Cyprus is why people like Soft can't get into politics there. It's like why we can't have an effect because they look down at us. We're
They
Charlies.
do.
Our opinion doesn't matter. We don't know what we're talking about. We're never too Cypriot enough. That's the mentality.
Honestly, and for me being there now, I've closed 2 years of like living on the island now,
And that's
it's
not
literally
just
the
on one
same
side,
thing.
Nico, as well. That's on
No,
both.
it's
by the way.
both. I feel like it goes both ways, to be fair. But I don't know. Like for me, coming in with my knowledge on how the situation was, and then being there and seeing through different people's eyes, like actual local perspectives, I'm gonna be honest. They're looking at it the very wrong way. They're
Yeah.
looking at it like, in my opinion, like mind you, I'm much younger than like you lot, but I'm like 22.
Oi,
But everyone even my age.
Nah, go on.
No, sorry.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I know. Like I'm 22, but even people my age are just they're so greedy, and I can just
Mate,
tell
for a
like
22-year-old, you're more switched on than he is above, and he's double your age. That's telling you something.
Appreciate it.
Keep going. By the time you get to 42, you'll supersede him well past him.
Cheers, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I just think like we need to be looking at this from a different lens. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say that like the way we like from the diaspora look at it is maybe perfect, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, as opposed to the way the locals look at it, and even like from like kids even younger than myself that are just so negative towards the other side, etc. It's very negative, and there's nothing positive being like brought out of it, you know.
Yeah, educated. They're not being educated to see a peaceful future, basically.
Well, more times, like when I just finished military there, right?
Yeah.
And I was forced to do it anyways. But like some of the kids, the way they're talking, like down towards like, I'm gonna say Turkish Cypriot and Turkish people in general. And I'm like, mate, have you ever encountered like a Turkish Cypriot like in person, like face to face? Have you ever spoken to them? Oh no. Have you ever crossed the north, seen actually how it was, like how life was, how things were, etc.? Oh no, never. So then how are you having this like such a hatred mentality and a hatred like perception on what it is, on how life is and how they are over there? You've never like had the opportunity, let alone given yourself the opportunity to go. So your opinion's invalid in a sense.
But the thing is, I mean, even though, yes,
These are kids, by the way. They're kids.
No, for sure. You've got some point, but the fact of the matter is, the borders are open.
People can
They
go
are.
over.
You have
They
the
do.
opportunity.
They do go over. People do
They
go
do.
over. Do you know what I mean? There is.
But they
There
don't want
is.
to admit though, like, oh wow, yeah, because it's almost like a stigma, like, yeah, I crossed. Because the way I looked at it, like, I had school for like people from school, and they were like, if you cross, it's like you're actually like recognizing them as like people and as a state. I'm like, dude, what do you think they're operating as? It's not like it's just like people over there living life without anything.
Well
Like, I don't
done to
know.
you, bro. Well done to you. You know what I
I
mean?
hey,
Look,
look, it's
There are
the proof is
Turkish
in the
in
pudding.
chat, so I don't know why someone in the comments is saying that no one here is Turkish.
Nico,
I just said it as a genuine, like,
No,
general
I'm
thing,
not
but
about
like,
you. There's someone in the comments claiming that no one on the panel is Turkish. So
There's two
Oh, I'm
proud
Turkish.
ones
I'm Turkish Cypriot. Alex is Turkish Cypriot.
and proud.
shout out.
I don't think Nico. I don't think
And
anyone
I
that's
think Andreas is Turkish
have.
Cypriot as well.
Yeah, probably. Nico, have they actually said to you if they cross it to the north, it's like recognize them as people, or did they just say as a state?
Hold on. It was like the one kid, and then another one agreed with them. Was like it's like you're recognizing them as like this specific like people. That's the way I like translated it in my mind. But that's how it came across. And then everyone, I was like, did he just say what I think he said? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then they also said that they're recognizing the state, and we don't want that because it's invalid. And I'm like, brother, regardless of what your opinion or our government's opinion is on the matter, look at how it is. They have a like a House of
You know what,
Commons like type
Nico?
thing. They do the
Let's bring
parliament.
in
You know what I mean?
let's bring in Matey Boy above you and see what he's got to say to this.
Oh,
I'm
Allah,
curious
yeah.
to know what he's got to say to
I'm
all of
not.
this because
I'm
I agree
perfect.
with 100% of everything you've just said. Athos, what do you think of what Nico just said?
I got to mute for a moment, mate.
No.
as no one's talking, why do all of these chats end up with someone being a twat and turning it into some kind of trans or sexuality issues we're having in the comments?
No idea. I'm just reading the back and forth you're having at the moment.
I hadn't even been. I mean, like tuned into the chat to be fair, but what?
Well, because apparently the only issue with Israel is that they support
Jesus
trans
Christ.
teens.
Don't know how that. Anyways, I don't know.
You should see what else is pierced. It ain't just my face. but-
Athos, you there? No. Anyway, carry on, Nick. Go on.
No, that's pretty much like really what I wanted to say. But
No, I
just a
agree
quick
with
question:
you.
like, how many of you are actually like based now in Cyprus? I know you guys are Cypriot,
Oh, he's
like
gone,
from
look.
background and nationality, but like, are you all based in the UK right now, or?
Yeah, Andreas is in
Look off from
Cyprus.
Oh, nice.
I've lived in Cyprus. Soft's lived in Cyprus.
Yeah,
but
I know
we all-
Soph did and then he moved back.
Look, the
Pretty
way
good,
I
though.
see it, Nico, the way I see it is there's a saying which goes like, you can't be you can't be scared of the devil, you know.
Yeah.
If people haven't experienced integrating with either side, they would be more wary, and things would come out of their mouth that they will actually maybe change their minds once they experience
Yeah.
talking to the other side, other community, you know. So
I mean,
take it with a pinch of salt.
yeah, take it with a
and,
grain for sure. No worries.
Yeah.
But I just find it fascinating to me. At such a young age, kids are like expressing this like level of hatred, and
It's what I've been saying. It's what I've been saying all
along.
along. It's what I've been saying all along. It will take time for integration because a lot of things have to happen in education.
For sure.
Things need to change in education. They need to integrate more. On the positive side, the ROC is a lot more integrated with other cultures and other nationalities because of many different cultures living inside in the ROC. So
For sure.
they're getting better, but they with the Turkish Cypriots especially, we need to do more. And the Turkish Cypriots need to do more as well.
I completely agree. It goes both ways. It can't be like one of the sides feeding the needle, the other one's not, etc. But I think you said something important that like education needs to get better. Is it an education problem though that our youth is like this, or is it a way they're being raised from inside the household?
They haven't had.
But that's a form of education.
They haven't been teaching Cyprus history beyond certain era,
Point.
let's say,
74.
on purpose in Cyprus.
You know
So
what it's like as well?
kids grow up not knowing their history up from a certain time onwards.
It's what
They
they
don't
learn.
even teach like they don't even teach like about like the kids in the ROC don't know about, they have no idea what bloody Christmas was, and even
no, they don't get
like
taught
just the
that.
intercommunal conflicts and stuff.
They do
But
not.
in
They
the
do
north
not.
they do, I think.
But even
No,
if
they don't
were
get taught that
it,
on purpose. They don't. They don't get taught on
even
purpose.
if they were taught it, yeah, you know, you've always got to remember, you've got to take in just generalization of just human nature. Even for here, like in England, if young kids go to school and they learn about sex education, for instance, yeah, and you know, a parent will end up saying, "Hold on a moment, I'm not ready for my child to," you know, let's just say that's the case, right?
The scenario,
Let's say
yeah.
that's the scenario. All of a sudden, whatever teachings in school will get undone at home. Do you see what I mean? To a certain degree,
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? So this is where the time factor comes in, because even if the education system acts right, and it should do, and it should give the whole picture and teach that, it's going to take a long while for those who are still, you know, are hurt to not pass that hurt on both sides, and because hurt people. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine if you were a child in the 1980s, learning about 1974 from a teacher that's right wing, for example.
It needs to be taught in a non-biased way, though.
Exactly, but how does someone safeguard
I think
that?
you're perfect. Thanks.
Sophia, you're so
I agree with you.
wonderful.
It's
You
a
know
matter
you're
of
both from
keeping
the
it
panel with each
fair.
other,
Yeah. And
Anyways,
that's
guys.
where we are. That's where we are now. With we've grown up and we're clueless.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense when you put it like that, to be fair.
It's time.
It's just it's a sticky situation, you know what I mean? It's a sticky
Nico, one
situation.
sec. What's going on with you two?
He's
Sophia
bullshitting.
and
Oh, I
Sol.
want to laugh, but I don't want to break your conversation.
Sorry. I do have to pop off the call regardless. I have an eye exam right now, but it was a good time talking to you guys.
An eye exam right now. What time?
It's 6 p.m. in Canada. I'm in Canada right now.
Fucking hell. Well, good luck with your eye exam. I hope you see like an eagle, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
See you later, Nico. Thank you. All right, bro. Good night.
Easy.
Mate. Oh, good morning, brother.
He's been up
Yeah.
before. He's a good
He's
guy.
been so
Good
wise.
kid.
Such a nice guy.
I like nice people, man. Do you know what I mean?
Me too.
It's nice to
Young
see that for
and
his age he's
really
so well rounded.
positive. Yeah, Sophia, so what's up? Tell me. Because you've been
I've got a
redirecting
reason
your
to speak to you.
misunderstandings to me, so hit me up.
I'm going to counter bullshit when I read it. If you're going to say
Counter
something,
bullshit, you should first understand if it's bullshit, then counter it.
you are contributing to the transphobic narrative in the comments. I'm going to challenge
Damn,
you on
she
that.
was talking about underage procedures, man.
Which don't happen.
Which
You
don't
cannot
happen. How do you
perform an
know? Where
operation.
Where
There
does
is a
it not
difference
happen?
between medication and an operation.
Okay, so that's not harmful enough. Okay, thank you.
I think it's more harmful not to acknowledge that trans people exist,
So they can still exist after 18.
which is why operations don't happen when they're children. Don't
Yeah,
make
but
comments that
puberty
you don't know
blockers
about.
do, and that's still reason
I'm
enough to
actually
get
lost.
them
What is going on?
sterilized. And I don't even want to talk about that, but she redirected that to me as if I started the topic. Now she wants
You
to
joined
continue
in.
still.
If you
No,
didn't
you're
want to
just
join in,
you're just that woke kind of people I don't even want to intervene with. So let's just stop.
caring about other human beings does not make me woke.
Yeah,
If you'd like
okay,
to
yeah,
call me
yeah.
woke,
If you
I'm
don't think
very
I
happy
care
to
about
carry
people,
that
you
label.
never knew
Very,
me,
very
so you
happy
need to shut up. You never know. You never have known me. You don't know me. You haven't seen my profile. You
I
don't
don't
see what
want
I
to,
do.
my love.
Just shut up.
No.
I'm not your love, luckily.
Well,
I don't
don't
do
fucking
scissors.
speak to me
I
then.
don't
You've
do
come up here to
scissors.
speak to me.
I don't
I'll
do
speak to you how I want to
I
speak
don't
to
do
you.
scissors. Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up, mate.
Oh
Ladies,
my God.
let it
Abi
go,
deminden
man.
beri saçmalıyor man. Love
Let it
fuck off
go,
with
man.
you.
Can everyone just let that go? It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know.
Like, everyone's got a take on things. Yeah, let's just respect each other's point of view on this. Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm
you know what I mean.
respecting it. She's making it out as if it was mine. That's the thing. I
No, I
never spoke
responded
out
to you
about
because
it.
you started to join in. I was very happy to
I
have a
joined in
conversation
because
with
you
the person I'm
misunderstood
speaking
her. I
to.
corrected what you understood. That's the
Guys, can you
thing.
give us some context? I don't think most of us know what happened.
Someone mentioned in the comments that Israel is
Pull
bad.
up
The
Mariana,
only reason they
please.
mention that Israel is bad is because they acknowledge trans people.
No, she said they promote it towards underage kids.
So,
God.
would you rather that any child who
I don't
is
have
aware that
I
they
don't
are
have
trans
any
and in the
opinion
wrong
about
body,
this.
you
I
would
believe
rather
in
that they spend?
biology.
I am
I
fucking
believe in biology.
speaking.
I don't have an
I am
opinion.
fucking
Can we cut
speaking.
it? Can we cut it?
Cut yourself, mate. Don't come up asking questions if you don't like the answers. There is nothing wrong with acknowledging that trans people exist.
Well,
And
I haven't asked you anything,
if a
man.
child is not comfortable in their body, they should
I
be
haven't asked you
supported.
anything. Tamam.
Operations do not happen on children.
Tamam.
All right,
What do
that
you
done?
think if
Tamam,
the
right?
other
Everyone
person
What
wants
am
done?
I gonna say to her?
All
Tamam.
right. How does this tie into Cyprus?
do we see if the other person wants to
It
come
didn't,
up
which
and
is why I
explain
kept
and
it
then
in the
move
I'm
on?
comments.
saying that. Just fucking
We want to eat up the convo. Pull up
come on.
Mariana then.
Yeah, well, do you want to come up, Mariana?
Go
And
on,
I still back her opinion, so
you
that's
lot do
something
your
to say.
thing, man.
I have the
But there's a
ability to
difference
do
between
so. I have
opinion
the
and fact.
ability
You
to
can
have a
be,
freedom
you
of
can have a negative
expression.
opinion about
Let me
trans people
be.
existing and not spout facts that aren't real.
Tamam.
Guys, I'm staying out
Mariana,
of this.
you coming up? Or
Yeah, I just you know what it is. If it was a decent debate about two
I'm not a
people's
dyke,
I,
opinions,
by the
I would
way.
don't want
Shame
understand
it,
that
it.
you
and
feel
I'm
too
This
laughing
seems
scared to
at
like
it.
a
write
little
She's
dyke
cat
in the
fight that
stupid.
comments.
ain't gonna get resolved. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like
There's nothing about it. That's why I'm
But then
laughing. I
let's
wanted
move
to
on then. If she's not
pass.
coming up, you two have said what you've said. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
that's
come
why
on,
I'm
man.
done.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if we're gonna talk about things, that's fine, but let's not catfight it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like no matter what anyone says, everyone's gonna just not hear it. You know what I mean? If we're gonna go, okay, cool, I hear your point. Here's my point. Then yeah, that's a discussion.
Mariana, I'm
Just
going to
don't
ask you
treat it
for
like
the
we're having.
last time. Are you going to come up and speak and solve this? If not, just end it there in the comments and end it up on the panel. Let's move
There is
on.
nothing to solve, by the way, Alex. I will always speak up for trans
Yeah, no,
people
and I
because
don't
I'm
blame
not a
you.
fucking twat.
I'm not sure about you.
All right, no more in the comments then. No more. No, let's move on then. It's done.
Oh, she said
Miss on.
she can't come up.
That's fine. Let's go. I mean, that guy really stressed me out tonight.
Which
I can't
one?
believe what I was hearing out of his mouth.
I didn't
The
really
red
stress me
one
that
with the
bad.
red profile.
Osman Abi put me in a calm spot tonight. I can't lie. He shielded me. He gave me a little shielding from shit like that. You know?
Was it the guy against feminism?
Nah, he was something else. That geezer was fucking funny, boy. He came up, hey, Osman, why are you so aggressive? That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
And Osman Abi was barely breathing, like so slow and chill.
Did you see that, Alex? Did you see that? Did you catch that?
No, I didn't. But I heard
bro.
he was on the live.
That
He
was
hasn't
funny.
been up for a while. I remember him.
No, Osman was up on the live, but he was just speaking his truth. And to be honest, it was a real nice, peaceful point of view. Do you know what I mean? That's his take on it, and it's gonna ruffle feathers if people don't align with it, and that's okay. But migration was going at him like he does, and he just handled him just beautifully. Just give him what he wants. Yeah, okay, I'm going to make you happy. Okay, it's under occupation. Okay, you happy? Like, he was just moving like a smooth criminal, bro. Like moonwalking through the chat. It was beautiful to listen to. And then some other guy just come up. Imagine it was all going well. Some guy come up. Hey, Osman, why are you so aggressive? It was like, what the fuck? Where did this guy come from? And they tried to turn it into feminism. It was funny. It was funny. You have to be there.
And then he turned it into
I'm sure it'll be on
feminism.
YouTube. I'll listen. It's
Yeah, I
right before
listened to it. It
beginning.
was funny, bro. It was like listening to a fairy washing up liquid advert right in the middle of watching The Matrix for the first time. Just killed the whole vibe.
Alright. I'll definitely listen to it.
I still don't know how we got into feminism like instantly. Like,
Hey, do you know what though? I'm gonna say this though, yeah. Listen, I respect Sophia. I'm gonna say this to everyone in the chats as well, just so you know. Now I'm gonna say this because you see, she is a person who stands up for rights, even if you don't believe in them rights, yeah. And that's her right to do. Same as Soul, she stands up for rights that some people don't put the effort in to go and are standing up for, and that's the truth. To be honest, you two are both the same animal on different sides of the same coin. Yeah. And it's a shame to hear you two go at it. It doesn't matter if people don't agree with that. Like, we had this chat the other day, me and Sophia, yeah, about, transgenders and things like that. And we turned it into autism, which I know a lot about, given that my daughter is autistic. And it's about, the conversation was about fitting into this world. Okay.
but no one would pick me out and talk to me about autism because it's not something of a choice. It's more what they have. Yeah. But some people are going to say, well, actually, a transgender is something that they have, maybe something they don't have a choice over. Yeah. And that is her take on it. And that is commendable and needs to be respected. And vice versa, when Soul Rebel goes at certain scenarios like a rebel and don't have none of it. Yeah. Other people ain't got the dushucks to go and do that either. So it's horrible to see two powerful women clash.
But that has nothing to do with it. There's a misunderstanding that she's still redirecting. That's why I can't
It's
form
not a
a
misunderstanding.
debate
I read the comment, I
or
took it
back and
literally.
forth with it. Listen, she made a comment that you misunderstood from the beginning and that you chose to not
How
go
can I
view.
misunderstand?
Hold
You
on,
chose to
I
not
took
go
it
view her
One sec,
exactly
original
Sophia. One
comments.
sec, Souls.
Let
One
me
sec.
let me
What was
speak.
the
Let me
comment?
speak. Let me
The
What was the
speak.
comment
comment?
was that all Israel is no, not all Israel is doing. The comment was that Israel promotes children who are transgender or children who want to transition. Then there was alleged comments even alleging that operations take place on children, which does not happen anywhere in the world, which is why I got frustrated about it. Because if you're going to talk about a topic you know fuck all about, at least learn about it first. Medication that helps someone. Do people that are anti-trans not realize that living in a body that does not feel right for you, it's almost like you would rather these children not get support and unalive themselves than get the support they need to stay alive and be happy.
Are you done?
Operations do not happen on children,
I
though.
understand.
So,
I understand.
sorry.
Listen, I don't dismiss transgenderism as such, but I live in the Netherlands, okay? It's a country where my child, if he gets to be 12 and goes to a school counselor, decides on himself, could have been puberty hormones and such too, right? Just as when I grew up, they used to call me a tomboy for playing whatever Pokemon cards with the boys. I could have easily believed and transmitted into the ID that I had some sort of a identity crisis and went to a counselor, asked for puberty blockers. Me as a parent don't have the ability to check on my child's medical situation or the use of it, and if I do, I will be punished for it or fined for it, or even that my child could be taken away from my household. You're trying to tell me that that's not harmful, that my child can use puberty blockers? He's not even old enough to decide if he can drink or if he
It'll be a
can have
process.
intercourse, but he can decide if he wants a pee-pee for life or a vagina for life, with the consequences that usually are not even being explained that often or exaggerately with every opportunity that can happen to them. That's why most of them have medical issues afterwards. I'm against that. They can do whatever they want whenever they decide. If my son is happy as a Anna, whatever, I'm happy for him, her. That's not my opinion. But my opinion is that he gets to decide when he's old enough to do that. It's his life or her life.
Can you
But I'm
clarify?
against this. I'm against sexualizing kids in general, okay?
Can you clarify, because I will take it very literally otherwise, as I am autistic, you said that he could go to a counsellor in the school and then be put on medication. Are you telling me that in the Netherlands, you can go to someone and say, I want medication for this, and that's it, you're just giving it?
Yeah.
I will research that myself after this
Yeah,
live. I
go
find
ahead.
that a little bit difficult to believe. That
Go
you
You know,
ahead.
this is how a conversation's meant to be. Like
Yeah, go
you've
ahead.
come with something, you've asked the question, you're gonna check it out. Listen, I mean it, you know. I'm not just trying to be
Let's sit
peacemaker.
again.
You two are fucking strong. Like fucking strong. I've seen Sophia go at it. I've seen you go at it. So it's horrible to watch you two. Like honestly, it
It's not
grates me.
horrible. I think it's only that I can respect her as a woman or whatever she stands
I
for. It's her
know.
I
stance.
also, can
That
I just
doesn't mean
point
I have
out,
to agree with everything she
I don't
does. Everybody
You're
has
right.
their own story
Completely
and their
correct.
own role. And I
Completely
do
stick
not
correct.
to mine.
I do not expect nor want anyone's respect.
No, you expect that we all should be in line with whatever your beliefs are, and that's not acceptable to me.
No, I don't
You
agree.
should,
I don't agree
just
with that
like
either.
you
I
want
haven't
us
said
to
that you have
accept
to.
that there
I
are
have not
differences.
said.
I
I
accept
did
that.
not
Then you
say
should accept the
verbally.
fact that we think different, maybe in that aspect.
I did not say verbally or in the comments that everyone should agree with me. I called out people that were wrong and were saying things that are part of a transphobic narrative, which is what was happening with the
Possible.
vast
You
majority
go
of
with
comments.
possibility
And then
and
it
diss us all.
turned, I'm still speaking, then it turned from transphobic comments to people attacking my appearance and attacking my sexuality. So we went from transphobic comments that I stood up to, well, I don't like her opinion. even though she's not said we have to agree with her. So let's attack every part of her. Let's attack her sexuality. Let's attack how many piercings she's got. Let's say that, oh, she can't handle this. Whatever that fucking woman's name is, she can come up on here and have a little chat with me, or if she likes, because I am that fucking riled up, and I understand I'm heading towards a meltdown now, which is why I'm getting more aggy. But if she wants to just give me her fucking address, I'm happy to sort it out in person. Don't expect me to sit here or in the comments
I don't want
and
you
have
having
people
no
pile up
meltdown.
on me
Sophia,
and go on
listen.
about my appearance or my sexuality and not say anything.
Listen, it's not worth it having a meltdown over something like
Yeah,
this.
and I had nothing to
It's
do
late
with
at
whatever
night as
she
well.
mentions now, so I don't get why I'm the topic of it now. See, you put me
I
up,
specifically
and
mentioned the
she
women
had
in the
me
comments
to
who weren't
speak
on about
about it.
you. Please listen to what I'm saying.
I already listened to you. I
But then
understand,
you
and I
wouldn't be
also
misunderstanding what I'm
understood that
saying,
you
would you?
I also
I think we
understood
should
that you
move. I
misread the
think we should
comments.
move it on so
No, I
everyone can
think
just
you're right,
explain.
but
Yeah, I mean,
I do
get
want to appreciate what these two have just done. Yeah, this went from a cat fight to two people sharing their views, and I think you both have solid ground. Do you know what I mean? And I think that is a win. That's a bit of Soft's analogy, right, Soft? We're here to hash it
I had a
out.
fucking smoke tonight.
That's
Yeah,
probably
bro.
asleep.
Method to the madness, as we
listen.
always
How's
say.
Cyprus? Well, how's the weather, man?
It
And
worked. It
I
worked. Well
really
done.
would have want to be there, out in the
A
sun.
bit windy today, actually.
Has it ever
It's
snowed
hunky
in
dory.
Cyprus?
Has it ever snowed? Probably a Mount Trodos, maybe.
Is there a mountain?
The issue we're facing
Yeah.
now is this year it hasn't actually snowed that much, which is why we have a big issue with water.
Yeah.
Andres, be for real. Has it ever snowed?
and not enough, I suppose. Yeah, never mind.
I don't know.
What's happening, peoples?
Yeah, not bad. How are you, Sahil?
I'm good. Good.
Yes, Sahil Abi, what's happening?
What's happening, man? What's going on? I thought I'd run into a different kind of conversation here.
You ran into actually what was a powerful moment between two powerful people. It was good to watch in the end.
Well, I got the tail end of it, so
That was the most
no
important
comment.
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
Sophia.
how are you?
Hello, Rebel.
I've missed you.
I've missed everybody.
All right,
Yeah,
all right. Now it's
Sahil
just
Abi, listen.
now it's just turning into a love fest, for fuck's sake. Yeah,
Listen, if I can spread a bit of love, why not?
yeah, that's
Alex
exactly
does
right.
it on purpose, you know. He awaits the convo underneath us to get a bit hitsy and then gets me up.
No, not at all. That's why I've told you lot to stop.
Why you not pull me up with the feminist things and all the funny stuff that I was there with?
Absolutely not. I couldn't give a shit what you two are arguing about. I just don't want people getting stressed out.
No, I
Yeah,
do.
it's
I give a
okay.
shit. I give
I
a
was
shit
just
what these two
joking.
argue about.
I'm
I
messing
do.
with you.
I do give a shit.
I actually don't.
Master G, thank you.
I just
my
care
brother.
about them not arguing.
Alex,
and
I'm still
stressing
trying to
each
figure
other.
out
I'm
what
not
happened with
stressed out,
Chris, man.
thank you.
I ain't got a clue, mate.
We're good.
And
You
I
lot
don't
had some
want
beef
any
offline.
bad vibes
Having
with
a little
nobody, so
meltdown.
Yeah. In a world full of men trying to run things, it's horrible to see women at it. You know what I mean? Same like in Cyprus. We shouldn't be at each other like this.
Şimdi bir şey diyeceğim yine. Never mind.
Anlamam Türkçe ya. Oo.
Guys, what do you think? Nice way to end it?
Kadın olursa diyecektim ama.
Alex, you doing anything after, or should we end it here?
Yeah, no, you can end it. I'm done.
Yeah. All right, everyone happy with that, yeah? That was a good one.
It was
I'm
a
happy
good
with
one.
that.
It was a good
Oh,
one.
that was quick and goodbye.
See what the effect you have, Sahil Abi. You come up and
Innit?
ends the live.
Nah, it's
Slowly
late. It's
all
great.
later,
It's way
innit,
over.
kind of thing.
Anyway,
All
good
right.
night.
Metro coins.
Anyway,
All right,
good
good
night,
night,
all.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Cool.